Misdirection. Emotional misdirection is a political move to distract people from what is going on and to get the attention off yourself. You pick an emotional issue to divert attention, and therefore you can continue on with whatever you were doing. In America, last week, gun rights were brought up during a healthcare crisis. It was an emotional misdirection. Today, immigration was brought up during a healthcare crisis. It was emotional misdirection. Donald Trump suspended immigration, with exceptions. Farmers are still allowed to hire immigrant workers. We subsidize farmers. They receive government funding. The trade deal was all about farmers, and they continue to hire immigrants. Donald Trump hires foreign workers at Mar-a-Lago. It's been documented, and it has increased over the years. Donald Trump's two out of his three wives are immigrants. Donald Trump's children, the mother of Donald Trump's children are immigrants. So Donald Trump has a long factual history with marrying immigrants, employing immigrants, and outsourcing his company's business to China and many other entities. So why would someone who has a documented history of working with immigrants, marrying immigrants, because it's a distraction on the testing, on the healthcare crisis, the financial condition, the oil collapse, and the base eat it up. Am I upset about restricting immigration during a healthcare crisis? No, I'm upset on how it was done and that it doesn't solve the problem that he says it's supposed to solve. It is supposed to solve the fact that we're going to create more American jobs by suspending immigration. However, if you exempt farmers, guys, and if we, the taxpayer, pay for farmer subsidies, why shouldn't they hire middle-class Americans? Why shouldn't Mar-a-Lago, a luxury resort that Donald Trump owns, why shouldn't they hire Americans? I'm for immigration. My grandparents came from Ellis Island. That's where the Statue of Liberty is. Donald Trump's married two immigrants, and that's the reason they also got their citizenship, because they married him. So, again, for me, I'm not saying keep the border wide open and don't have strong borders. I'm saying this is an emotional misdirection by a disingenuous, hypocritical leader that I don't respect, and I don't respect anyone who doesn't state all those facts. He doesn't love the American worker because he himself doesn't hire it. Okay, so it's very disingenuous. It's very factual. It's hypocrisy. Hypocrisy is what makes you leave a church. Hypocrisy is what makes you hate politicians. People claim they hated Hillary Clinton and other politicians because they were hypocrites. But guys, Donald Trump is the biggest salesman. A salesman never tells you about how much interest you're going to pay over the loan. They tell you how much it's going to be per month. With that being said, we're in week 6 of a national emergency. Things are pretty much the same thing. We're entrenched in waiting to reopen the country. Some states, such as Georgia, are going to start, or going to try to start earlier than others. They were asking them, well, how do you expect a state to open with a hair salon, tattoo parlor, everything else? Is that safe? You can't 6 feet social distance. They really didn't have a good answer. So they're not going to base the opening on science. They're going to base the opening on taking risk. Okay, because really the only scientific way to mitigate the risk is to test people before you would go into a public gathering. That is the only scientific way. However, I will acknowledge that life is not an exact science, and it'd be very hard to test everyone in the country. But if you don't have a level of testing, you're taking a higher level of risk. And once you start an infection rate, we haven't restricted domestic travel. As much as the president said, from the very beginning, in January, he restricted China travel. He never restricted domestic travel. Okay. And that's how the virus spread. Okay. And so right now, if someone gets sick in Georgia or New York, they can travel. They can travel. There's no restriction. And it could spread. You could have a state that's doing a lot of mitigation, another state that's not. And then, Singapore has shut down twice because of the second wave. But I do understand and I empathize with the fact that many people want to get back into society. They want to get back to work. They love their family. They're pro-life, but they hate their family right now. And they wish they can put their kids into a school. Guys, I think you need to rethink if you're pro-life and pretty much you're trying to dump your kid off on the public school system. Think about your pro-life stance. But I digress. And what I tell you is I'm thankful. I was a little bit warmer in New Jersey today. I had some Halo, which is a non-dairy, I believe, or low dairy, Halo ice cream as my dessert today. It's pretty good. It's only 360 calories, okay? So I'm not mad at that. And I'm doing the best I can. So here I do. I sit you here, immigrant son, immigrant grandkid. My grandparents came from Italy to Ellis Island. My grandfather worked as a janitor. My grandmother was a stay-at-home mom. And then, just built it from there. Okay. We didn't work at Mar-a-Lago, even though most immigrants or foreign workers on visas, they work at Mar-a-Lago, not American middle class. So either way, just remember that, keep that in your mental banks, that all politicians do it. They misdirect. They change the conversation because they don't want to talk about what they're talking about anymore. They don't want to speak directly to you. They want to stir you up emotionally about a gun, about abortion, about immigration. That bottom line is, guys, especially when there's a lot of exceptions, just like the China flight ban. There was a lot of exceptions to that. People from China could still fly in here. So, it's disingenuous to say the least. But that's my structured topic tonight. Every night I go live on this YouTube channel. Subscribe if you're not. Leave a comment because that's what I do next. I read each and every live comment. And I'll take a hydration break. We'll do that. Click that thumbs up if you don't mind. I appreciate that. Washing down my Fuji water. Showgirls, good to see you, showgirls. Hope you're still in here. Praying for you and your daughter. Give your daughter space, showgirls, if you're still in here. And any parent going through a tough period with their child, give them space. Don't suffocate them. Don't reach out to them. Don't show other people their stuff. Keep their information private. Let them figure out life a little bit. The more you push your child, it's the same thing when you're in a relationship. The more you try to, and I try to smother a couple girls, and a couple girls try to smother me. Guys, we all need our personal space. It's very hard when you love someone, whether it's your child or if you're infatuated with someone. It's like I couldn't stop myself at one point. And some girls couldn't stop themselves with me. That's true. I had to cut them off. So guys, just remember, very hard to do because I'm human. Okay. I'm human, and I understand it. But I want to give a word of encouragement, a word of wisdom. To give your child space. Don't tell them they're in the wrong relationship with the wrong person doing the wrong thing. Because let me tell you something, they're going to live their life just like you lived your life. Have your boundaries. And I pray, because that's a very tough thing to be a parent, to worry about your child. Very tough, man. And, all you children out there, you got to live your own life. Once in a while, try to check in with your parents if it's healthy. It may not be healthy. It's tough. And if you're in a relationship, I recommend that you get out of it before you get married. Because you're going to get married, you're going to have kids, then you're going to say, oh, I got to get out of this quarantine. I'm willing to risk my life to go sit in a salon because I can't take my family anymore. And that's what happens. That's what's happening right now. All across America. All the religious, pro-life people, they hate their family. They can't wait to get out of their house. Guys, what about Little House on the Prairie? Where we live with each other, we barter, we trade. We actually work on the farm, not immigrants. You want to go back to those days? Come on, man. Let's read all live comments. Okay. Jay Burr, what's up, man? Give me a squirrel. Squirrel 2020, but I'm voting for Joe Biden. Why? Because I'll never vote for Donald Trump. Never forget it. Uncle, thumbs up. I appreciate that. Showgirls. The J1s in Destiny have destroyed us. What does that mean, showgirls? So I'm all for it. We need our jobs in the U.S. and we don't need any more. Well, then why do you think Trump hires foreign workers? Let's vote Trump out because if Trump hires foreign workers in Florida, because that's where Mar-a-Lago is, we need to vote Trump out because he hires foreign workers. He married two immigrants. And so he is part of the problem if you feel that immigrants have unfairly hurt the economy and hurt the country. So that's what I would say factually. Trump changes wives when they are too old and have kids. Well, yeah, you figured that one out. He gets a hotter one. he getting too old though. He ain't gonna get no more. Is Melania gonna take care of Trump when he gets old? No, they're gonna have a foreign worker. Guys, every red-blooded American that hates immigrants or that thinks they destroyed the country or whatever, they're gonna have some foreign worker who is a hospice caretaker, okay, taking care of them. And their American children are going to be floating around somewhere waiting for their American parent to die so they can take the inheritance. And that's it. That foreign immigrant hospice worker will be the last person you see when you take your last breath. So I want you to remember that. All my red-blooded Americans out there, I want you to remember that when you're sick and old, in the nursing home, and I've been in many nursing homes in Florida, a lot of foreign workers there, Haitian, etc. And when you're sitting there and you're in your nursing home or in your hospice care, it's going to be a foreign worker. It's not going to be Donald Trump. It's not going to be some cowboy from Oklahoma. It's going to be some lady who can barely speak English. However, she's the one changing your diaper. She's the one in charge of taking care of you. And your children don't give a shit about you. That's the reality of life, guys. I hate to say it, but it's all fact because I've seen it with my own eyes, and it's part of life. But you're right, showgirls. That's just something he does. Oh yeah, he's a misogynist. Kids are a great tax write-off. Well, that's true, but I'd rather stay single because being single is good for the bottom line. Like, guys, kids may be a good tax write-off, but having no kids, that's good to be filthy rich. I ain't mad at that. Love you, showgirls. I'm praying for you. Xander, what's up, man? Hey, Sam. Palm tree emoji. Trump's immigrant wife used chain migration, I've heard that, to bring her parents to the U.S. Hey, there you go. He complained about chain migration. I remember I saw a meme about it. Donald Trump is a hypocrite when it comes to immigration, but he brings it up because for a lot of ignorant people that aren't studied or that don't care, they just decide they're going to vote for Donald Trump and ignore all the facts. They don't care. They see that American flag. Donald Trump loves the American flag. I got to vote for him. Guys, Donald Trump dodged a draft. He hires foreign workers. He marries immigrants. He outsourced their job to China. Guys, we subsidize farmers. They're still going to be allowed in a health crisis to have immigrants come, take your job, and then he's good. Guys, a total salesman. And a lot of people, man, when they go to the car lot, they're ignorant. They just say, how much am I going to pay per month? Sign me up, Don. Sign me up. And Donnie signed you up, trying to sign you up for another 4 years. Trying to. So today, how likely do you think we will be actually able to approve the 2000 plan? I sure hope it goes through. For Americans, I think it's very unlikely. For Canadians, it's already approved. Every other first world country pretty much adopted $2,000 per month, and they already have universal health care. America is the only country that doesn't have universal health care, and that's why I think it's a disgrace that we claim to have the greatest, wealthiest economy ever, and we don't take care of our people. We have been subsidizing our farmers for a long time, including all during the trade war. Okay. And now they're still allowed to hire immigrant workers. And guys, they say, you want free stuff? Get out of here. The corporations, the farmers, and the rich pricks like Trump, they've been robbing this country blind, man. And they're never going to give you $2,000 a month. You got to get AOC. So the good news is, even if Biden don't beat Trump, and I think Biden might, but if he doesn't, I truly believe we're going to get AOC in 2024. And I could tell you, guys, the Donald Trump generation and the young kids and the people with that mindset, because there's young people that like Donald Trump, if you vote. If you don't vote, nothing's going to change because the power lies in the vote. You want to think that voting doesn't matter, but it matters. Okay, it doesn't change the world. You still have to do the work of your own life. But it matters. But what I could tell you is don't wait for the $2,000 a month. You should be door dashing. You should be, if you can physically and mentally work. Now, I'm not going to pander to the lazy either, because there's corporate welfare and I got people in my family too. They're lazy welfare. So guys, if you can work, if you can door dash, if you can go to Walmart and you don't, you're a disgrace. Donald Trump's a disgrace, but you're also a disgrace. You can't have both ways. So look, guys, I mainly lean towards progressive things. But if you are able-bodied, physically and mentally, and you choose not to DoorDash, because right now DoorDash popping. If you got no other job, you should be DoorDashing. If you're not going to do that, guys, I'm not going to like co-sign that you should just keep getting more and more. So I want to balance, okay, my statements. However, I do fully agree, no matter who you are, you should always get universal basic health care, okay, a basic income, and then you got to work a little bit more. You got to add something to society. If you're able-bodied physically and mentally. If you're not, again, you should be taken care of. So that's kind of how I said. Bonfa, I'm cutting my own hair right now. It looks terrible, but I'm saving money. Well, yeah, I'm not mad at that. Get a baldy, man. Just shave it all off. That's what I did. And grow your beard out, man. Look, man, everyone's going to be wearing a face mask for a year. So if everyone's going to be wearing a face mask for a year, everyone looks ugly. And even if they look hot, you can't see them. Guys, this is a win for all you ugly people out there. If you're butt ugly, guys, everyone's butt ugly right now. They got a face mask on. So what I could tell you is this. Don't worry about it, brother. Just save your money, man. Showgirls. What exactly does the thumbs up really do to YouTube? It really doesn't do anything. Because I've actually had some videos that went down, like men going their own way are losers, and that went viral. Well, it got several thousand, and I got more thumbs down than thumbs up. It just helps in the algorithm. The biggest way your video goes viral, there's no exact science, but it's recommended to people that aren't your subscribers. A lot of them click on it. A lot of them like it, and then they watch other videos. And so it's one little metric that may help you, but I get plenty of thumbs down, so it's not the end-all be-all. The end-all be-all with YouTube is showing up consistently, growing your base, and having a couple videos that appeal to the masses. I hurt my own channel on purpose because I blocked tons of people. I probably blocked right now over 4,000 people, even people that have super chatted me hundreds of dollars. Why? Because they vote for Trump. And that's true. That hurts my channel, guys. And I know how to be neutral. I know how to pander to everyone. I do. Like, I could really do it. I could really be like the Donald Trump and Nancy Pelosi had a kid person. I can pander to both sides. But I choose not to. So I hurt my own business, okay? So just remember that if you want to, it's like everything else in life. I mean, it's how much do you want the dollar bill? How much, look, again, but like in my regular jobs, I don't speak political, you keep that for your personal life. So this is kind of a blend of a personal side hustle, business, and just like a personal chat. It's a blend. If it was all business, never block, never like really get too political or sexual or whatever. And even though you won't be yourself and you want fun, you'll get the masses. That's true. Bowling Thug, give me a $2 super chat. Someone likes me for who I am. This is a win for the ugly people. Hey, man, I'm not mad at that. That's true. That's true, Bowling Thug. You got it, man. I appreciate the support, man. Yeah, don't matter what haircut you get. The only thing I'll tell everyone out there, especially my men, if you want to get some ass, you got to hit the hygiene. The most underrated piece of wisdom for all the men out there, butt ugly, sexy, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you have a luxury car, Donald Trump money, or if you're a Bernie Sanders tree hugger. The number one thing women want is hygiene. Not too much cologne. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. When you got the money bag and when you are confident, all those things help. Just like, look, being a hot girl helps. Everything is, but hygiene's big, man. Not just because of the coronavirus. Because, guys, you think you're going to get your balls licked? You think you're going to get your balls licked, if they smell like urine? Guys, you ain't going to get your balls licked, okay? Ain't going to matter what haircut you got either. Like, she's not going to say, oh, I'm going to lick your balls because you got waves and you got a part in your hair. That ain't going to happen, man. You got to smell like a mild level of soap and a very lightly scented lotion. Not too much cologne. If you do that, guys, the balls are getting licked, man. I hate to say that. But, guys, Donald Trump fucked Stormy Daniels, and he's the president. Now, does his balls smell good? I don't know. I smell them. But I can tell you right now, he hires foreign workers, and he's married to immigrants. And farmers, under his new suspension, are still going to be allowed to hire foreign workers. So, guys, are we really doing anything? No. The whole subject was brought up because he's doing an emotional misdirection. After that, he tweeted that his press conferences are getting higher ratings than Monday Night Football. You remember Monday Night Football when he called all the players who peacefully protested, he called them sons of a bitches. All the people out now that are protesting violating CDC laws, he's calling them fine, respectable citizens. You see the hypocrisy and that's why I can never support him. I could have more viewers, I could have more money if I just say, look, I understand Trump, and I do understand Trump, and I'm not going to say he's the devil, and I'm not going to say Joe Biden's the savior or Hillary Clinton's the savior. However, guys, I'm going to make a decision, okay? You put me in front of the menu, and I got to choose between fish or, meatloaf. I'm going to make a decision. So people always give me that freaking argument. Like, Sam, I just can't vote for Joe Biden. I just can't vote for Hillary Clinton. Okay, well, can you vote for a president who suspends immigration but still allows foreign workers to work in farms? He himself hires foreign workers. He himself married two immigrants. He himself outsourced his clothing line to China. He himself is a hypocrite. Guys, Joe Biden 2020. And you would have been better off right now with Hillary Clinton. You would have got to 2000. Xander, you would have got to 2000. You say, oh, you only want them because you get free money. Guys, what are the farmers getting? They're getting subsidies. What is Wall Street getting? They're getting subsidies. You're the only one. The middle class and lower class Americans got smacked in the mouth with a $1,200 check. And you were told to sit there and be patriotic. That is a disgrace, man. In my opinion, that's true. Let's continue to read. Oh, hold on. One person. I get to block. See, I'm going to block somebody right now. You guys are about to see this live. You see what happens, guys? I get to block someone right now. I'm going to lose a viewer. Now, this viewer is probably only worth less than 2 cents. Because ads, you get every 1,000 views, you get $1. It's all in the super chat. But this guy right here, and he's probably been on my channel before, because every troll wishes I loved them. They think like somehow if they talk to me tough like Trump, like I'm going to respect them again. Guys, like that's where you're following the wrong guy. You can come in here and talk to me tough or say, guys, I don't like you. And I'm never going to when your son says, you know what, I don't like my father, I don't respect him anymore. Your son's not going to respect his father because he starts talking tougher. Because guys, that's old school, stupid, ignorant generation. Guys, you'd be better off doing a different profile, coming in here with some fake hot girl profile like Melania and say, look, inspirational nomad, I want to lick your balls. Maybe then you got a shot to get a green card. Okay. But if you come in here talking about Trump 2020, guys, you're getting deported, man. You're getting deported quick, man. So what I can tell you is this, man. Hey, man, licking balls will get you pretty far in life, you know. I'm not mad at that. Let's continue. Jaybird. So true, Sam. Oh, yeah. I'm a caretaker. That's a very tough job. I hear you, man. He goes, I'm a caretaker for a devout Trump worship. Oh, my God. I got to pray for you, man. Don't watch my live feeds. I got to pray for you. That is a hard one, man. That's very, very hard. Jaybird, I'm going to keep you in my prayers. Man, that's hard. And now I want to be fair, though, right? Like, this is a little bit my personal space. I've met a lot of Trump supporters, like in public at Starbucks. I've worked with some. And I treat them with respect. And I don't like try to berate them. But this is like my personal space. You're in my living room. Guys, this is my house. And I met some hot, conservative, Republican-loving women. And I can tell you, every hot, conservative woman I met, they're insecure and they've dated abusive men. Why? Because they're just like Trump. That you will only date the person that reflects you. Look, they thumbs down. They have bad self-image. And they've dated a damn near abusive boyfriend. Guys, I didn't abuse you, okay? And I didn't make you feel insecure about your body. Because let me tell you something. Guys. I'm a teddy bear, okay? But guys, look, I voted for Hillary Clinton. And I think Donald Trump is a disgrace, okay? And if I think you calculated, you made a decision. You say Donald Trump is better for this country than Hillary Clinton. So I made a decision, and I say, you know what? I don't want to fuck with you. Guys, I can make a decision too, okay? So if you don't like my channel, you could get deported. Because, guys, I'm the president in this channel, man. I'm the emperor. This is my show, man. Okay, so look, I love you. Okay, I try to do the best I can with you, okay? But I'm deporting people right as we speak, okay? Why? Because, guys, I'm me, okay? I'm me, okay? And I didn't sell my soul for the dollar like Donald Trump. I don't hire foreign workers at Mar-a-Lago. Okay. I could be making more money on YouTube right now. Guys, very easy for me. If you've been watching this channel, you know I know how to play the game. I mean, you could tell. So if it was all about the money, the thing is, just play the game, man. And look, I play the game sometimes like you have to. Okay. So I don't want to tell you sit here and like Jay Bird. I don't want to tell you like go to your nursing home and start telling people if you're voting for Trump, I'm taking you off the IV. I would never tell you to do that. Okay. But I'm just trying to tell you, like, this YouTube channel is not just business. It's business too, but it's a little bit of just my personal time to like kind of just share. Okay. So you have to understand that when you watch me. Okay. And you have to understand, guys, I tell you up front, so that way you don't waste 10 years of your life. You don't watch me hoping that I'll convert to Donald Trump. Guys, I'm not trying to convert you. Okay. I'm telling you right now, if you don't like the fact that I voted for Hillary Clinton, that I don't think Donald Trump is a good person, I don't think he's a good president, I won't vote for him in 2020. If you don't like that, just go somewhere else. Okay. That way you know up front. That way you're not going to hang around and say, oh, I hope he makes another video about living in his car so I don't hear Donald Trump. Guys, I may make 10 more videos about living in my car, then I may make the next 400 all talking about Donald Trump. I don't like him. Why? Because it's my channel, my life. So I want to be honest with you because I'm not a manipulator. I'm not doing misdirection. I'm not telling you, oh, this and then this. I'm telling you straight up, man. Straight up. All right, good job. And then he goes, she's about to go home and her kids will not pay for it. Yeah. Yeah, her kids don't even want to take care of her. They socialize her. Like the stock market, privatize gains and socialize losses. So guess who's going to be in charge of her when she's in the state home? I know it, foreign workers. I've seen it my whole life. Good job, brother. So today, that's what I'm doing. DoorDash, good job, Soleil. I drove 3 hours. Good job, man. So I had a good area. Guys, DoorDash, you could be a millionaire right now. Let me give you a pro tip. Who invented DoorDash? Look it up. Asian immigrant, okay, from San Francisco. Not Melania Trump, not Donald Trump, Asian immigrant, okay. Right now, the Asian immigrant probably be banned from the country. So just think about that too. And you couldn't even work at Mar-a-Lago because Donald Trump don't hire Americans. That's true. Jaybird, it ain't going to be the Republicans, guys. The Republicans hate their parents. They hate themselves. That's true. I saw one South Carolina needs to go Democratic immediately. I seen one person from South Carolina, like he was one of the senators that didn't want to let you get the extra $600 a month in unemployment because they said it would make you lazy. And then another representative in South Carolina said he wrote a book that Donald Trump promoted about how to get the society out of poverty. Well, how do you get out of poverty? Move out of South Carolina. Because, guys, where is all the money? All the liberal states, man. Okay? So, New York, that's where Donald Trump's from. Okay? New Jersey, California. Now you say, Sam, if they're all, why do you go to New Florida? Because the weather, man. And the MILFs. However, look, I would live below my means and still live in Florida. But, guys, the Florida economy is about to tank. Because the Florida economy is mainly based off tourism. Healthcare, and it's got some good industries in Miami, but Miami is quarantine central right now, guys. Okay. So what I could tell you is this. Look at where the higher levels of poverty are. They're in the states where we honor our farmers. Our farmers are subsidized by the government and they hire foreign workers. The farmers need to pay their fair share, okay? Or hire American workers, or else Donald Trump should deport them. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Good job. So girls, if people would wear masks, but we only see about 5% of people wearing them in Destin. That's true. People are ignoring science. I don't know, man. It's a tough thing. But I got to be fair. I wear a mask when I go in the store? If I'm walking by myself, I don't wear a mask, but I'm not in crowded areas. It'll be interesting how it plays out. Thank you, showgirls. I love you. I'm praying for you. And thank you for that offer for the mask. I hope you're still in here. Bone Thug. Thank you again, man. Ugly people for the win when we're wearing these masks, man. Your mask is your face now. Invisible Compass, thank you for the comments today. What's up, brother? Great to see you, man. Laughing. And 100. Josh, you know, man. Trump really went all out today. It was a misdirection. No more immigration. What do you think? No, farmers are still allowed to have foreign workers. Trump is still allowed to hire foreign workers at Mar-a-Lago as soon as it reopens. That's what he did last year. And there's a lot of exceptions. It was an emotional misdirection just to get you off the track that he basically dropped the ball on this one. He destroyed America. Donald Trump destroyed America. That's bottom line. MB11 says, you're funny. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Laughter is good for the soul. Showgirls. In India, a woman's face stays covered. That's true. A lot of the Muslim countries, they have full garb. Okay, remember Donald Trump wanted to put a ban on the Muslim countries before the coronavirus. And he goes, in India, a lot of the women face cover their masks. They leave only the eyes. I've seen that. Well, and that's not just Muslim too. That's like a lot of Hindus. Yeah, they got like the whole mask setup. The mask is great so you don't have to wear it. Well, to me, it's like, I don't know what I'm getting though. And it attracts you to the eyes. Yeah. But it's a little bit suspect though, because guys, I don't want to be just attracted to the eyes, you know. I want to see like what I'm getting. Like imagine if you were at the buffet, okay? And the piece of chicken was wrapped and all you could see was like, you know, a couple dots. You want to see the whole piece of chicken, you know what I mean? So, you know, I got to see like what everything's going on, but you can tell like when it's hot. You can only see the eyes, but it is bad for robberies. Never be able to ID the crooks. Yeah, right now, that's a good comment, showgirls. Right now, if you wanted to be an armed robber, you could really try. But chances are you're probably still going to get locked up, and I wouldn't recommend you do that. Showgirls, we don't need immigration of Corona here at all. Well, then let's not allow the immigrants to come in and work at the farms, because that's what Donald Trump said he's going to allow. Daryl, Obama and Biden, 2020. Look out, here it comes. Well, Daryl, that's great. Yeah, if you can get Obama to get vice president, that'll be great. Because we know Joe Biden, I'm going to vote for him, but we know he's probably going to die within a year and a half because he already got dementia. I'm not going to lie to you. But we already know that Joe Biden can sleep for 4 years. And once he wakes up, if he ever does, in 4 years, the country would be better off than it is now. Guys, you got 22 million and counting people unemployed. You got over 42,000 Americans dead. It's a total disaster out there. So what I can tell you is Joe Biden can go to sleep for 4 years. He can wake up and say, America's better. So, guys, it's a win-win. It's true. Steve's laughing good. Nick, which one of Trump's policies most negatively affects you? Well, let me see. Right now, the country's shut down. I can't go to the gym. I can't go anywhere. We got 42,000 Americans died. We got deficits out the wazoo because we've been subsidizing farmers. So that's going to affect our national debt and our tax burdens in the future. And overall, the morale, the lack of science, repealing of universal health care, repealing of emission standards for cars. Those are all things that affect me and affect our country. Okay. So one is, if you get laid off today, you may say, Sam, that's too much mumbo jumbo. All right, let me put it real simple to you, Steve. If you get laid off today, you don't have health care. Even if you have an extra $600 in unemployment. I've been laid off like this. Okay. And guys, right now, in the shape of the country, you can get laid off like this. If you get laid off, you got no health care. Sam, why does that matter? Because the number one cause of bankruptcy in America is medical bills. I've had my own business. I've been laid off. When you don't have your employee benefits, you are screwed. You ever pay for healthcare on your own? If for a single person, it's about $400 to $500 per month. Okay. Obama was taking us towards that direction. Okay. We're no longer towards that direction. So that affects me. Okay. The national debt went up even without social programs. We subsidized the corporations. We subsidized the farmers. It all affects me, man. Shit. What can you do? 22 million people unemployed. The policy, the demeanor, it all affects me. Okay. I kept my mouth shut as much as I could for 3.5 years, even though I know, let you know, I voted for Trump. So I want to know, what affected you with Obama? Why didn't you like Obama? Why didn't you like Clinton? Okay. Why didn't you like him? Okay. I think I know. I think I know why. So don't even answer. Okay. Because if you have to ask that, it shows me that you don't care about policy. You just care about a strong man. Oh yeah, I love that guy. Fuck out of here, man. That affects me. Not you though, Nick, but I'm just saying. This is what I'm saying. Showgirls, it's your channel. If people are mass put nasty 86 to them, yeah, guys, you already know this, showgirls. Thank you. Invisible. Laughing. Trump is buzzword that attracts a certain group of people. It does. And I don't want to be friends with them. I don't. I shouldn't say that. That's how I feel. Wish I lied to them. I don't. Not in my personal space. Because I just feel like you look at life totally different than me. You look at people. You look at society. You look at how you want things to go totally different than me. How you treat people, how you act. And so, guys, I'm acting like you want me. You want me to act like Trump? I act like Trump for you. Okay. Because I'm not going to try to act like, I'm not going to be some passive, like, oh, I love everyone. I'm independent. I love everyone. Nah, I'm not going to do that either. Okay. I'm not going to do that either. And that's how Hillary lost too. You should just say, fuck, they are deplorables. That's it. Fuck it. Okay. Because you try to be nice to them. You try to meet them halfway, and the country could damn near burn down, and they're still chanting Trump 2020. Well, guys, look, we're not friends. Okay. If you still think you made the right decision, if you're watching the press conferences, if you're seeing this political misdirection, if you still think you made the right decision, you're never going to get it, okay? You're never going to get it, and we're never going to be friends. So I don't know what else there's left to say. Do you want to go to therapy? That's the next thing. You want to go to marriage counseling? A lot of people, just like Donald Trump, they've been divorced several times. You want to go to marriage counseling? So we could sit there, we could have someone tell us, well, what do you want to tell this person? And what do you want? And we'll sit there for 10 years and never. God, you know what I want to tell you? Bitch, you voted for Trump. I don't like you. I don't respect you. And I want a divorce. That's it. That's it. That's it. Let's just save ourselves time and energy. Okay. But, until we can be honest with each other, we're going to drag this divorce out, man. I'm not for that. I'm just like you want to reopen the country. I want to get divorced right now. I want to get divorced right now. Okay. Let's take address. Fuji water. Oh, yeah. I love you guys. I do. It's a little negative, though, too. I'm not going to let a little negative. Norma, be careful in Georgia. Be careful giving those massages. They asked Trump about that today. How can a person give a massage and keep 6 feet distance? They didn't have a good answer. So basically, Norma, they're sending you out there to die, Norma. Be careful, Norma. Because I'll tell you right now, Trump will hire a foreign worker, replace your ass for half the price. That's true. That's what he does in Mar-a-Lago. How does this policy affect me? Well, guys, I don't work in Mar-a-Lago, but I'm trying to tell you, it'll affect you. So, gross. Miami is bad, but I think New York and New Jersey are worse. That's true. Statistically, you're right. The only thing with Florida is I don't know if they're testing as much, but I would say statistically your statement is accurate. Showgirls, offer's still good. I was thinking about that today, Showgirls, and I want to thank you for the offer to send me a mask. I love you, and I'm praying for your family, and I love you. Blaine, what's up, brother? It's wild out there, guys. Blaine's trying to make $1 out of 15 cents. He's uploading like 2 reviews. He did another review of an energy drink. Are you guys watching Blaine's channel? Click on Blaine's channel and subscribe, man. This guy's out there hustling, man, trying to make a living. Guys, we got 22. How does Donald Trump policy affect me? Guys, Blaine just got out of college. So, guys, Blaine just got out of college. I don't think he had college loan debt, thank God. Okay, so he may have some money. But where's he going to go now? Who wants to hire a kid right out of college? To do what? What are you going to do? There's nothing in society's moving. You got DoorDash. Guys, we're all affected. It's a disaster. Invisible. Healthcare workers are getting free food, they should, for working overtime at empty hospitals. Yeah, I'm not mad at that. I think they should. Yeah, that's definitely good. Showgirls, sorry I can't tip. Showgirls, ain't nothing to apologize. I love you. I don't mandate that. I love you. For this great vlog, you don't owe me nothing. Showgirls, you get your money right. And I'm praying for your family above the money bag. Like I said, guys, look, I like money. I don't try to deny it. Obviously, I do this for a side hustle. But again, if I did it just for the money, I'll never block people. Okay, so it's not just for that. And what I can tell you, Showgirls, is do what you need to do for you. Self-care. Self-care is the ultimate call on your life. Okay? And give your daughter space. Give yourself space and just take life one day at a time. I know it's not easy. It's not easy life, period. Not easy being a parent, double period. And life, guys, look. It's not easy. I know it. Okay. And so just do the best you can. James, Sam baby. It was only after we moved into this house in 2010 was when I started missing high school and all my friends from then. Well, that's not good. You sounds like you're in a bad environment. Get the hell out of Dodge, man. Norma. Hey, Sam. Good to see you, Norma. I know I love you. Let me know how your Norma's going to Georgia. They're trying to open up, and she may get a Class B. Let me know how you make out. Be careful. because we don't know, this economy may still tank. We're holding on by a thin slice right now. Showgirls. My boss that owns the corporation across the USA said he applied for all U.S. employees to get paid during Corona. None of us are working, and how does that work? In general speaking terms, a small business would be allowed to apply for the program, the SBA program or something, small business loan, for up to 2 to 3 months of company expenses only if they keep their employees. If they keep their employees and they pay them for 2 months, that loan turns into a grant and they never have to pay the country back. Where do I disagree with Donald Trump's policy? We're giving all this money to businesses, and that's fine. We want to keep people employed. But who pays that money back eventually? What do I think would have been a better option? Just give everyone $2,000 per month, period. Okay? That way there's no need, okay, to worry about. Because what happens if we give these small businesses, let's say Showgirls or whoever, let's say we give these small businesses enough to survive 2-3 months. But let's say June, July, August comes and the small business they're still going to have to lay them off if their business fails. And then we don't get that money back. And then Showgirls don't have any money. So you know what you just do? Everyone gets $2,000 per month for a year, or until we get back to unemployment pre-coronavirus, period. Something like that. Maybe not 2,000, but something. Okay. But basically, a small business gets a loan. They have to pay their own workers for 2 months, and they'll get enough income to cover their expenses, and then it turns into a grant. They don't have to pay the government back. However, here's the big catch. The company would have to show on their books their history of income and outgo. So what do you mean by that, Sam? So let's say you got a pizzeria, and they're a cash business mainly, meaning that they don't put everything on the books. So if you got a pizzeria and you sell 1,000 pizzas a day, but you only put on the books that you sell 100 because you don't want to pay tax on the rest of it, you're only going to get the loan on what you can show on the books. A lot of people get paid under the table. A lot of businesses don't account for all the money they make because they don't want to pay taxes. So the problem with the small business loan, a lot of restaurants, especially small ones, they don't put everything on the books. So I don't know all the parameters, Showgirls, but the core essence of it is a small business gets a loan. It'll cover like 2-3 months worth of expenses, but they have to keep a certain 75% of their employees in order for the loan to turn into a grant and not have to be paid back. Something like that. Julianne, welcome to Sam's Truth Room, pretty much. Flu vaccine, everyone get it. To enter, yeah, that was an interesting comment. In Australia, that's where Juliana, how much, here we go, guys, another first world country. Australia has universal health care. And Juliana, how much is the government of Australia giving you in all the middle class people in Australia? So Juliana says, welcome to Sam's Truth. She goes, the flu vaccine in Australia needs to be taken in order to enter elderly care facilities, and mandatory from May 1st down here. And she's talking about in Australia. So starting May 1st in Australia, you have to have the flu vaccine, not the coronavirus vaccine, but because they don't have that yet. They won't have that for 18 years. But the flu vaccine, and then you can come and visit your mother or elderly person. She goes, and that'll start May 1st. Apparently, they are low on stock, plus world supply. Hold on, Pluto. $3 super chat with 2 fist bumps in the air. Pluto, you already know it is you, Tariq. Florida's in the house. And God bless you, brother. Keep dancing. Keep singing your song. Never, like I say, Pluto, never let your confidence get too low. You're going to hate life sometimes, but what do? You go for a walk. You stick to a healthy routine. You wake up early. You go for a walk. You eat healthy. Go to sleep on time. Masturbate at night. And do the best you can, brother. I love you. Thank you for the tip. Thank you for the gracious love. And God bless you. And back to Juliana. She goes, the world's basically low on it. Starts April 24th. Yeah, that's interesting. Juliana asked me that question. Pluto says, I follow all of your advice. Thank you, brother. Well, Pluto, I love you. And I want to say this. Only follow the advice that I give only if it agrees with your own soul. I am not God. I am not always right. And even my opinions shouldn't necessarily be 100% agreed with. However, for me, I enforce my opinions in my space here. Okay. But I want you to know and everyone to know, I've told people the same thing that I've blocked. I want you to be confident enough to I've taken other people's advice too, but ultimately I want you to own your life, be accountable for your life, the good and bad, and eventually get up enough confidence to live your life where you tell someone else the same thing. They say, Pluto, you got it going on, man. What you doing? And you say, look, I'm just doing me. If I could spark something in you, that's great, but you have to figure out your own path. So Pluto, I love it. Like Pluto, if you say, Sam, I love you, I love all your advice, I don't want you to vote for Joe Biden. I don't want you to like have a YouTube channel just because I do it. I want you to just have peace. Number one thing I want you to have is peace. Next thing I want you to have is health. Next thing I want you to have is good people around you. And I want you to just do you. Okay, so love to you, brother. Let's continue. Yeah, so I don't know if I've never got the flu vaccine. I live in America and I've never got the flu vaccine. I have got the measles vaccines. I think measles and polio, something like that, because I went to public schools and you need that vaccine to go into public schools when you're young. So I have gotten vaccines, but I never got the flu. I've gotten sick before. But if I had to take the flu vaccine to visit my mother, would I? Possibly. I'm not anti-vaccine. I'm not. Obviously, look, a vaccine means that they inject part of a virus in you so that your body can build up the antibodies to fight that vaccine, and then you become immune. But it's not an exact science, and doesn't mean that you just have to be cautious. But I'm not anti-vaccine. But I have to be honest, I've also never gotten a flu vaccine. So if I needed to get one to see my mother, depends the condition everything was in, but I possibly may. What I would tell you is this: get your mom a smartphone and FaceTime with her. Get your mom a laptop, and if she got free Wi-Fi, FaceTime with her. Because at least that virtual connection will give you a level of peace. Let's take a hydration break, then we're going to go with Josh. Thank you guys. If you click that thumbs up. Thank you, Pluto. Thank you, Ball and Thug. Josh, Nomad. I love it. Laughing. Remember you were quarantining the trolls. Now you're deporting them. Yeah, it's true, man. And I don't really take pleasure in it, man. I'm not going to say there's not good people that vote for Trump or that have other opinions than me. Because they can be great people. They can live a great life. Again, I am not exalting myself as God. I'm not Donald Trump. I'm not telling you like I get better ratings than Monday Night Football when 42,000 Americans have died. I'm not going to say I'm not going to allow foreign workers, but I'm still going to allow foreign workers and farms into my resorts. I'm just saying for me, to ensure my peace, I have to have certain boundaries. I'm not saying, though, that because I have boundaries, someone else is the devil. Do I think Donald Trump is the devil? Damn close. Okay. My opinion. Okay. But that's my opinion. Why do I think he's pretty much the devil? Is because he's smarter than that. Okay. He knows exactly what he's doing. Okay. He knows exactly what he's doing. He's not some ignorant psychopath. He knows exactly what he's doing. Okay. But he is who he is. Like, even though he knows what he's doing, that's who he's never going to change. And I accept that. That's who he is. But he's a bully. At the bottom line, I don't care if he did every policy I agreed with. Okay. And I know my man asked a fair question, and I know I was a little bit boisterous, and I apologize for that if I was too boisterous. What was my man who asked that question? I'll find it because I want to acknowledge him. I'll find it. I don't know, maybe he deleted it. There was a guy who asked a fair question. I was boisterous. He asked me about policy. But even if he agreed with every policy, one thing I can never stand with Trump, he's a bully. Guys, I didn't like bullies in school. I don't like bullies now. I think it's a disgrace to be a bully. Okay. Okay. So look, you say, Sam, you think it's a disgrace to be a bully? You're being pretty tough. Yeah, you know why? Because, guys, I actually had to fight back against bullies, okay? If Hillary Clinton was a little bit tougher, okay, then, we wouldn't have King Bully, okay? It's a thin balance. I'm not going to say like it's, but it's like, you can't be too soft either because people walk right over you. However, guys, look, whoever the political leader is, they're all going to have their faults. So to me, it's not really just about politics. But I would let it slide if we weren't fucking basically destroying our country. And things are getting worse. And I think a lot of it is because we got horrible leadership. Because, guys, to be honest with you, talking about politics really doesn't make me hard. Okay. Latino porn makes me hard. Okay. So it's not really like I get a hard on talking about politics. I really want to, but guys, the country's shut down. Okay. 22 million unemployed, 42,000 dead. What am I going to talk about? What am I faced with every day? The fact that any of us can get laid off, the fact that none of us are insured health care. Okay. The fact that Norma's got to give a massage now down in Georgia because they don't really go down too much by science down south. And she's going to give some guy a hand job and she may bring the coronavirus back up to Maryland. Guys, we're living on the edge. Okay. The last thing we need is Trump talking about he's suspending immigration. I'm not against that. But then why is he not suspending it for farmers? He's still going to allow immigrants to work at farms. Those are middle-class jobs. Let's make them middle-class jobs. What about Mar-a-Lago, where he hires foreign workers? Why can't Americans work there? So, guys, I despise the fact that we're not addressing the real problems in America. We're making talking points to the ignorant. Norma, I love you. Wear gloves when you give a hand job. There's going to be some guys like Robert Kraft, who is Donald Trump's friend, who got a blowjob from a massage parlor down in Jupiter, Florida. You know what happened to the Asian massage parlor? The two women who owned it, they got deported. They got arrested, and Robert Kraft, the billionaire, he never got charged. He walked away because he got a rich lawyer. It was a fucking disgrace. Okay. They should bring back those Asian massage parlor people, and we should put Robert Kraft, okay, on I don't know, man. He's in New England. New England's a disaster, man. Okay, New England's a disaster. He's a nice guy, but guys, he should have never let that happen. So that's how I feel, man. Showgirls, I think Trump has not wanted this lockdown from the start. Well, he didn't. He took too much risk. He was alerted about it in January. You say, Samuel, he put the China ban on. It was the same type of ban as the immigration ban. We're still allowing immigrants to work on farms. He still allowed diplomats and other people from China to come in. And he held rallies in February. In March, 3 days before he called a lockdown, he said, guys, this is no different than the flu. I was on spring break with people from all over the world, smacking ass, riding ass. Guys, they were loving me down there. Okay. Next thing I know, I go back to have my nightcap at Starbucks. Donald Trump is on national TV talking about we got to shut the whole country down. I said, Don, what happened? You told me it was safe to play. All of a sudden, Donnie went crazy. He took too much risk. Donald Trump has a recurring pattern in life, ignoring science, going with his gut, and failing, because eventually he tries too much. That's why 6 of his companies went bankrupt. He was called the Teflon Don. I know the real Teflon Don. It was John Gotti in New York, a mafia boss. And he was called the Teflon Don, John Gotti, because he beat a lot of cases. And you know who the prosecutor was? Who was the prosecutor, guys? Giuliano, the mayor of New York, Trump's lawyer, Rudy Giuliano. He was the prosecutor against the Teflon Don. But eventually, the Teflon Don took too much risk, and he died in jail from throat cancer. So Trump was called the Teflon Don. He kept taking risks. Well, I could push the issue. I could talk tough to China, even though it wasn't about trade. It was about helping our farmers. Our farmers got immigrants working for them. But he kept pushing the issue. He was pushing the issue with the NFL protesters being a little bit racial, but not too much. He pushed everything. He thought he can get away with it. Then he took too much risk with ignoring science and keeping the country open too long. And then he realized we got a disaster on our hands. Now, then he finally made the right decision. But guys, he's got to own it. He told Donald Trump tweeted in 2014 when Barack Obama was president that, look, when you're a leader, whatever happens, it's your responsibility. So if we believe in Donald Trump, then we believe in his words. His words are, whatever happens as a leader, it's your responsibility. And if we believe in Donald Trump's immigration policy, then why does he have foreign workers working at Mar-a-Lago? Why are farmers allowed to hire immigrants? I watched some conservative RVer from Texas. He loves Donald Trump. He's slightly racist, I think. He never says it, but I think he is. But he basically had slave labor as a kid. He grew up on a farm. He had some Mexican guy work for him. This Mexican guy was pretty much like a slave. And the Mexican guy had to live in like some outhouse. All of his family was in Mexico. He was sitting there basically in an outhouse. He would get fed the scraps. And this guy think like that was great. Guys, that Mexican guy lived a horrible life. So, you know what I mean? Do I respect him? No, I don't respect people who vote for Trump and have that mindset. They're a disgrace. That's my opinion. I really believe that. Look at his face in the beginning speeches of the corona. He looks furious. I totally agree with you. Showgirls, we're going to see decades from now. It was a disaster. Good job, Showgirls. I love you. Peppa Pig. Hello, Sam. Hello, Peppa Pig. I like your new avatar. A little scary, though. It looks like a Chucky doll. Damn. It was a little scary because I see it look like a Chucky doll a little bit. Hello, Sam. Just checking in. I never voted for a Republican. And I never voted for Ronald Reagan. Well, praise the Lord. I knew Trump was bad luck. Yeah, I knew Trump when he was joining the political scene. Peppa Pig, now truth be told, when he first joined, I said, well, maybe he'll do something good. Because he was a little bit fair-minded. He said Bill Clinton was one of the best presidents ever. He said George Bush was a total disgrace to the country. So I said, you know what? Maybe he'll be fair. Because initially when Donald Trump ran, he ran on, you know what? I'm going to get along with everyone. As a businessman, I had to get along with everyone. But that was a fucking lie. And then as I saw the Republican primary go further and further, I said, this guy's not a fair-minded guy. He's another radical. So I voted for Hillary. And do I think we would be in a better position if Hillary was the president? I do. Now, I got to be fair. I don't think anyone could have played the coronavirus 100% right. But I think we would be in a better position with better leadership with Hillary. And that's why I voted for her. Okay. So that's my opinion. Showgirls, buy gas now. Yeah. It's starting to go back up. Yeah, that's what they do. Russia and Saudi Arabia. This is another great, brilliant deal that Trump did. They were supposed to lower the oil price, and they did. But the reason they're lowering the oil price, oil production, is because they want to put American oil companies out of business. So oil will stay down, but eventually once the oil companies go out of business, Saudi Arabia and Russia will charge more because we were never energy independent. We never will be because all Saudi Arabia and Russia have to do is basically cut or increase oil production because they got way more oil than us and they can put us out of business. That's why AOC wants to do the Green New Deal so we can slowly get off these fossil fuels. But the ignorant Republican voters who ignore science, they're ignoring science again, where carbons are put into the atmosphere, they melt the ice caps, and slowly the temperature increases. They don't believe it. They still don't believe it. Like right now, as soon as you say climate change, oh, get out of here, I don't believe that. They don't believe in the coronavirus either. They're out there protesting right now with no mask on. They don't believe in science. So, guys, bottom line is, I'm not saying there's an exact science to life. But I'm saying you can't ignore the data. If you do, you take too much risk like Trump. And if this was global warming, if this was like the total Armageddon, guys, there's no more bailing out after that. There's no more printing money. It's fucking over for society. Okay? So I'm not saying like you should decimate all the oil industry right away, but you have to start like Barack Obama was wise in doing. You have to start to put in place programs and incentives to kind of get off fossil fuels because you have to be smart, okay, not tough, okay, but they're not smart, they're not tough, and that's why our country is right now destroyed. Showgirls, Fuji is island Fuji. I like that. Volcano, you know somebody? Is this a volcano? Yes, by a volcano. I'm gonna drink some more, Showgirls. Showgirls, thanks for the love. I love you, Showgirls. Good wishes. I appreciate you. I appreciate you also, Showgirls. My man Blanton. New video coming up tonight, guys. Blanton, what you gonna talk about, Blanton? Thank God my company hasn't laid me off too. Thank God for that too for me. I'm thankful. But sometimes people say, I remember like I was part of a basketball team, and at the end of the season, we were supposed to let the kids who never played any time, we were supposed to let them play the entire game because they never got to play. And I remember the fucking arrogant ass coach. He was another fucking Trump supporter. I hope his fucking company burns. He was another fucking scumbag. I hate to say it. I forget my language, guys, but these are the people out there that never change. He was a scumbag leader. And he said, you know what? I decided we're not going to let the people on the bench play. We're going to put our star players in and this and that. And I was the only one willing to speak up. And he fucking got pissed at me because he thought I was trying to embarrass him. He said, Sam, what's your problem? He goes, you get playing time. Why are you speaking up? Why are you fucking making it an issue? I said, because I have the authority. If I'm going to be the one to suffer, we should let these other kids play. So you say, Sam, why do you care about social programs? You have a job. You're doing okay. Because, guys, I've been laid off before. I have empathy for people who aren't in my position. That's the job of a leader, okay? I saw last year a guy worked for my company. He got laid off like this, and he was fucking crying. He had no health care right away. He had no job right away. And he got hired back, but he got hired back for less. So, guys, never forget, you're this close away from being laid off. You're this close away with no health insurance. Number one cause of bankruptcy in America. Why should you speak up if you're doing good? Because you have to remember the people that you could be. That's integrity, okay? People don't remember that. They're scumbags, and that's why everyone who had a Greek restaurant, I hope your restaurant goes bankrupt. I'll never go there. Because you voted for Trump. I know you did. I'll never go. That's how I feel now. He goes, I graduated the right Trump. Trump needs to pay up, though. You're damn right. Make him pay. Nicole. Hey, Sam. And all of you. Thank you for the video. Thank you for watching. I always happy to see you. I love you, Nicole. And thank you for the positive, loving comments. Thank you, Nicole. Daja. Hello, everyone. Hey, Daja. Norma. Showgirls, I missed a couple days. Any word on your daughter? Just let it be. But good question, Norma. But I want to share this with you guys. When you know someone's going through a tough time, don't ask them about it. In general terms. You know, because when someone's going through a bad time, the best thing you can do is talk about something else. Get their mind off it. Like Donald Trump talked about suspending immigration today because he wanted to get your mind off the fact the country's being destroyed. He failed as a leader. We don't have enough test kits. So Showgirls is coming in here tonight. She wants to see me drink Fuji water. She wants to see me go wild. You know, she don't really want to talk about her daughter because it's like we don't have enough test kits. So now, Norma, I know you don't mean it in a bad way. Norma, I love you. I know, Norma, you understand me. But I'm just trying to share a life lesson I learned. And the Greek restaurant is just my personal experience in life. But it could be any restaurant owner. But I just wanted to say Greek, just for my personal view on life. I love you, Norma. All right, let's continue. Lala, we need to vote Joe Biden 2020. I'm not mad at that. Right, wrong, Trump is not qualified. I agree with that. You say, Sam, I don't think Joe Biden's qualified. I think Joe Biden has dementia. And if I'm honest with you, I say I think you're right. But I say this. I think Joe Biden can sleep for 4 years. And if we wake up in 2024, I think we'd be better than we are now. Okay? So, guys, look. If you got the choice between Trump and Joe, I'm picking Joe. Okay? Because I'm fearful of where we would be in 2024. But here's my hope. Let's say you say, Sam, well, Trump may still get in. Here's my hope. If Trump gets in, we're going to get AOC in 2024, and that'll make me even happier. So in one sense, for me, it's a win-win. If they don't vote for Joe Biden, I don't care. Because, guys, I don't care no matter what. I mean, no matter what, I go to work. I try to do my best I can. It is what it is. I'm a survivor. But in 2024, just like you guys gave George Bush another shot, how'd that work out? So, guys, in 2024, AOC going to make it. AOC's a leader, man. She's the real deal, in my opinion. So far, so good. Showgirls. I do miss my bad. I understand that. Yeah, your baby girl. It's tough. She's a young girl now. She's a young adult. She is my number one pal. I know I could tell your heartbreak, too, in the videos. I could tell. But I have to respect her wishes. You do. It's not easy. I'm praying for you. I'm praying for God's grace. And I appreciate Norma asking. I know it's hard. James. Sam, baby, the IRS said they're going to mail out stimulus checks this week. A lot of people already got their stimulus check. I think you'll probably get one more round next month, depending on how things go, and then we'll see from there. Love to you, James. So, girls, all the other business loans my boss was disqualified for because he is only one green carder. Yeah, that's interesting. I don't know enough about that. That's interesting, though. Josh, when will we finally reopen the country? They're going to go state by state. Georgia and Texas are going to try to open up right away, but it's going to be at limited capacity. Guys, girls, you're not going back to normal until you have testing and a vaccine. You're going to get testing first, but you're going to be wearing a face mask for at least a year. Okay, you're going to have social distancing for at least a year. So what you want to hope for is testing first, slow reopen, and, it's going to be about a year or so before you go back to normal. But we're going to take it one step at a time and reevaluate. But you make it a second wave like Singapore. Singapore reopened, and then they had to shut everything back down again. Because you're going to have more infections when you open up the country. So it's going to be a give and take, guys. We got to see how it goes. Alexander, hey, Sam. To each their own, but maybe Google the dark side of Fuji. What? It's not pretty. Oh, no, Alexander. Fuji's not good for you. Oh, God, no, don't tell me that. I'll have to Google it, man. I'm getting scared. I'm all right. Let me drink now before I Google it. Juno, Jung, it's a shame that both Democrats and Republicans are bought by the 1%. That's true. The Federal Reserve, Wall Street, etc. I agree. Nowhere is there for you proof the recent stimulus. Well, look, in general speaking terms, I agree with you, Jung. But I just say, look, vote for your best choice, right? Here's my perfect example for people who say, I can't vote for either one. This is what I tell you. If you have nothing to eat, but you go into a store and they only have two options, are you going to not take either option and spite yourself and go back to your car? Guys, if you don't vote, and you might as well vote for the person that's going to give you something, okay? Because the corporations, like you said, they're lobbying both parties, and they're getting something out of it, okay? So for me, what do I want out of it? I want universal health care because I've been laid off, and that's the number one cause of bankruptcy, okay? And I want a basic income, okay? And that's what I want, period. I want to go in that direction, okay? So I don't want tax subsidies for corporations. I don't want to spend more on the military, okay? I don't want that. So, but you have to choose. Like, if you choose neither, like someone says, here's chicken and here's fish, what do you want? If you say, I don't want either one, you're going to starve to death. You have to choose one or the other. The indifferent person is the most dangerous person in the world. If America is the greatest democracy, you have to remember only 50% of people who can vote do vote. Most people are apathetic. And this should be a wake-up call for everyone sitting home quarantined. Guys, who is the president matters. It may not be revolutionary, but it matters. That's my opinion. Let's continue. You know what? Not getting the Class B. Good. Loved it, but I'm looking for another option. Good. Tomorrow, teardrop style. I don't know if I want to pull something, but it's a good option to look at the teardrops because they're lightweight. But that brings limitations too. And that's why I go back to a car. I love the Class B, but then I don't have the flexibility to DoorDash and I don't have a fuel-efficient vehicle. I love the small teardrop travel trailers because I can keep my car, still be able to do different things. But then you always have to be in a campground. So the simplest and easiest way to live on the road is out of your car or van, period. Nothing is simpler than that. However, if you get sick or if there's a major issue, you have more limitations than if you would have had an RV. So the give and take of life is balance, not easy. Pluto, my brother, you know I love you. Thank you, Pluto. Josh, Norma, you living in an RV? Pluto, much love. Same back to you, brother, and God bless you. Showgirls, I think they should have paid every person a check. That's why I don't like Trump either. Guys, the Democrats wanted to give you $2,000 a month until unemployment went back till the unemployment percentage before the virus. So why do you want to vote Democrat? Because they would have gave you more money, okay? Instead of it going to the corporations. Guys, that's a no-brainer. Good comment. She goes, I think they would have paid everyone a person check no matter what their income. I agree with that. They wanted us to be locked down at home and shut business down, but no laws against free rent, free utilities, etc. Guys, other countries are running laps around us. Canada, Australia, Italy, they're all getting more money. We got the #1 amount of deaths in the world, and we have the least amount of stimulus going to the regular people. Guys, it's a no-brainer who you should vote for. Good job, Showgirls. Pluto gave me the fist bump. Thank you, Pluto. Showgirls, hey, Norma, not really. Josh, I use my professional massages. I used to get them all the time. When the country opens up, that's the first thing I'm getting. I'm not mad. I give myself a massage every night. Truth be told, I woke up this morning, I was feeling a little frisky, and I took care of myself. Pluto, I follow all your advice. Thank you, brother. You know I love you. Norma, we were giving a target date of May 4th. Well, hold on. Remember that Trump originally said he was going to reopen the country on Easter Sunday. Remember he said pack the churches? And then you saw that played out. So he goes, we were giving a target date of May 4th to start seeing clients. I'm a nomad and debt-free. Praise the Lord. That's what I like to hear. I have options. I like that. If the science isn't there for me to safely do my job, Norma, that is exactly why I live this life. Debt-free with the flexibility of a mobile nomad. We don't have air conditioning. We have our tough times, but we don't have to. We have a lot of options. Even if you live in a tiny house or you live below your means, doesn't have to be in a car, but guys, live below your means. Get a savings account with a year's worth of expenses in a savings account so that you don't have to be on the hook to some guy on the massage. Pluto's going to the massage parlor. He got a heart on. Okay. So Pluto's feeling a little frisky because he got his $1,200 check. So he makes an appointment for 2 hours because he's feeling a little frisky. So Pluto comes, he's got his white towel around his waist. And he says, Norma, can you dim the lights? Okay, I'm feeling a little frisky. So Norma, this is your first massage in 2 months. Now, if you were living paycheck to paycheck with a high mortgage, you would dim the lights. You kind of knew what was coming, but you couldn't afford to say no to Pluto. Okay. So you dim the lights, Pluto jumps on the massage table on his back, and all of a sudden you see the Statue of Liberty coming out of his towel. And you say, Pluto, what's that? And Pluto takes off the towel. And he goes, Norma, I want 2 hours of a happy ending. And you just lost all your dignity. Not because you have to give him a blowjob or a hand job, because guys, I would give a blowjob or a hand job if I had to. Well, not really, but you know what I'm saying. I would strip. I would do what I need to do. But I'm making that point. When you don't have a choice with money, you'll do whatever you have to do. That's a real reality of life. Now, some people can't bear to hear that. That's a reality of life. You don't like to hear that, but you also don't like to hear that then that's why you need a basic income. But that's why you gotta live below your means, guys. Because until we get universal health care and a basic income, you gotta pay for it yourself. Okay? And when you're a massage lady or a massage guy, because there's a lot of gay guys out there, they want to get, Pluto want you to give them a massage, and not you, Pluto, but you know what I mean. And you're faced with that, where you got to question your dignity. It's a harsh reality of life, guys. Look, have I been in jobs where I've been asked to do something once in a while, it comes up. I did a video when I first started my channel. Why should you live below your means? I remember working a construction job in a pharmaceutical plant. We were working on dangerous high voltage equipment. And the foreman wanted us to work on this electrical equipment without turning it down. It was technically against our rules and regulations with our OSHA requirements. I was scared as hell. I asked the older guys, I said, we're supposed to be doing this? There was 2 older guys. The one guy who was living paycheck to paycheck, he goes, Sam, we can't say anything. If we don't do it, we're going to lose our job. The other guy living below his means, he goes, I'm not doing that shit. So I don't care if you're a massage parlor lady or electrician working in a pharmaceutical plant. If you think the day won't come where you have to make a decision between giving a hand job or drilling into an electrical high voltage box, that day will come. Okay. And the only thing that will give you the ability to have the option to walk away is if you know if you walk away, you're going to be able to feed your family. Okay. And it's a reality of life, guys. Okay. Maybe not all the time, maybe not to an extreme level, but that's what I've seen. And that's what I feel when I feel pressure at work or in some walk of life, to even on YouTube, when I feel pressure not to live in a truthful, like I could easily not live in a truthful moment on YouTube, an impactful moment that may change someone's life. I could just think about, how can I just say something that doesn't matter and just appease everyone? Just to make more money and keep more viewers. Because I know some of the things I say, they're like, I gotta, it's hard to hear. But I do it at my own demise, because guys, I know how to get viewers and how to lose viewers. It's very easy. I understand how to do the game, guys. But I want you to remember, and I have to remember it myself, guys. You know how hard it's been the last couple years to not buy something expensive and go back into debt and to stay disciplined and pay it all? Guys, that's been a discipline. And it's not easy. I want you to have options in life. And if you want to give a hand job, if you want to make extra money, if you want to give a blowjob, guys, I care less. Like I said, I got nothing against strippers, nothing against massage, whatever. That don't mean nothing to me. I just want you to have the option. If you want to give the hand job, you give it. If you don't, you don't. I want you to have the freedom. I want you to have your dignity. I want to increase Social Security, increase universal health care, because I want to give people dignity. If you ever worked for Donald Trump and you lived paycheck to paycheck, I guarantee you one thing you would never have, and that's dignity. Okay? Because he hires foreign workers. He doesn't really care about the middle class. His whole life is privilege, and that's why I would never vote for him. Because he's the type of man that if you don't do what he wants, you're out of his life, and he's going to make sure you suffer. And I'll never stand with a man like that. Or a woman. I'll never. I don't give a fuck if Joe Biden sleeps for 4 years. All right, let's take a hydration break. Where we at? BBT, what's up, man? Shout out to you, brother. You know I love you all my heart. Hello, Sam. Love you, man. Love to your family. I hope you're doing okay, brother. God bless you. Tinkerbell. I've been seeing more dislikes since you talked about Trump. Definitely. And you really see the dislikes from people I blocked. They come back in and they're mad at me. It's like you break up with someone and they're fucking mad. It's all people that once loved me. Now, it's sprinkled in with a couple people that click on my channel. They see Donald Trump sticking out of a Statue of Liberty. So what the fuck this guy talking about? And they say, I don't like him. But most of the people that thumbs down me are people that once loved me. I blocked them. Now they fucking hate me. Okay. Now they're obsessed with me. Okay. And they're going to stick it to me every time. Now but I have to be fair. I've done that to other YouTubers. Like they love Trump. I go, fuck you, thumbs down, motherfucker. So I understand. So like I say, I don't think that I'm above anyone, but I also don't think that I'm beneath anyone. And it took me a while, but I knew getting into YouTube that you have to deal with that. And over time, I've made calculated decisions on how honest what my feelings do I want to be. Because I know what it brings. It brings the negative, it brings the dislikes. So, but I'd rather be sitting here right now doing a video that's totally in my truth that I feel will help people. It's going to hurt some people. I think it's going to help more people. And I got 30 people that said I like it and 14 people that thumbs down. And I accept that. And guys, I can tell you right now, if the video had 5,000 thumbs down and one or no thumbs up, I would still do the same video. Okay. Why? Because I got options. I practice what I preach. I'm not like Donald Trump. I don't suspend immigration and hire foreign workers at Mar-a-Lago. I practice what I preach. So the reason I just gave you that whole sermon about having options, about a hand job, blow job, walk away if you don't feel comfortable, is because, guys, YouTube could shut me down tomorrow and I go on with my life. Okay. I hope it doesn't. I hope YouTube can grow. You understand what I'm saying? But I don't worship at the idol of it, whatever. I mean, I've worked my whole life, but I've worked my whole life, and there's been times in my life where I've lived paycheck to paycheck. And I don't want to go back there, okay? Because that's what you feel. Now, especially when you have kids and you have a family depending on you. For me too, also got the liberty, I don't have kids, you know what I mean? So for me, all I have to do is take care of myself well, be willing to work, but at the same time, I want social programs because I know life can change like this. Like, guys, let's say, God forbid, I get laid off tomorrow. I go from my car to the restroom. I go to the gas station, go to the restroom. I break my leg. I got no health care. I am now a statistic in America. The number one cause of bankruptcy in America is medical bills. That's a disgrace in the wealthiest country in the world where we print money, we subsidize farmers who hire foreign workers, even in the suspension immigration. Trump said today he will allow farmers to hire immigrants. Well, guys, if that's the case, Trump, what the fuck you doing it for? It's a misdirection. Okay. So it's a scam. It's a banana in a tailpipe. And I don't like that. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Good job. Where are we at? Jong. Buddy's at 0%. Yet taxpayers are on the hook for the money, plus 6% interest. How is it we have no education in this country? Look, a lot of people want to disband. A lot of the Republicans, they want to abolish public schools. They want to abolish the EPA. They want to. Trump cut medical research. Trump cut the CDC budget. He increased military defense spending and he cut the healthcare budget. That's fact. So guys, why do I blame Donald Trump for the virus? Well, the infrastructure in place, the budget was cut. Just like in the beginning of this year, before the virus, Trump came out with a budget and he was cutting social programs. Just like Ronald Reagan, his lover, who increased the age you can collect Social Security. Look it up, guys. They want to dismantle the middle class, okay? And the lower class. And they want to give it all to their wealthy elites. Trump is the wealthiest president ever, the most elite. You can add up the wealth to every other president. Trump is still wealthier. Okay. So if you think he's not in bed with the elites, like there's some people that think Hillary was an elite and Trump was a middle class man because Trump's a salesman. And most ignorant people, they go to the car lot and they just want to know how much per month. They don't want to know the interest rate. They don't want to know the length of the loan. They don't want to know that the guy selling them the car is screwing them right in the ass. And that's Donald Trump. He's a salesman. Okay. And I ain't buying it, Trump, because I got options, okay? And I'll walk off this car lot, okay? I'll walk off this car lot right now. Yeah, and sometimes that's what you got to do. All right, let's take out this. Guys, click that thumbs up. Maybe we'll get up to 100. Showgirls, thanks, Pluto, for tipping. I can't afford it. Well, Showgirls, then you don't, because I want you to take care of you first. Sam is awesome. I love you. I love Pluto too. Pluto, I'm sorry too. I gave the example about you in a massage parlor, but it was just like, example, not you. Sam is awesome. He needs the tips for his great words and friendship. Well, one is I need you guys to take care of you first. Okay. I want you to remember that. You take care of you first. I'm a stripper. I'm doing this willingly. If I get tipped, great. If I don't, I'm stripping. I know what I'm doing. Thank you. Jung, this is by design. Now we have the identity politics. Why? 99% pretty much live paycheck to paycheck. I agree. Now, look, I got to also stand a little bit balanced. You also have to control yourself, okay? You have to, at some point, just like I did, I'm practicing what I preach. I'm not saying you have to live in your car, but you have to cut your expenses. You have to work. You have to live below your means. I mean, I believe in universal health care and maybe a basic income, but that still means you have to work and live in the budget. If you don't take the personal responsibility of creating a budget and getting your diet together, guys, there's no program in society that's going to change your life. I think we can help, but I have to be fair that there's a level of a great life that depends on personal accountability. I'm not going to take that out of the equation. I'm progressive and somewhat liberal, but I'm not going to take out of the equation that you have to take some accountability for your life. You have to consciously create a budget and live below that, okay? And you have to take care of yourself, mind, body, and soul. If you're unwilling to do that, to put the burden on any political party is a disgrace. So I am for basic human dignity, for basic health care and a basic income, but you'd still be in poverty with $1,000 a month. But you'd have health care, you'd have a basic survival amount, but then you still have to work and you still have to live below your means. Okay, so there has to be a level of personal accountability. Okay, so I got to be fair. Jung, because it's going to get scary, but instead of fighting the government and the 1%, we fight each other. Well, I'm not fighting. Gun rights, abortion, etc. Well, that's a misdirection. I agree with that. Jung, same old crap to further incite hate. I agree with that. In war, you win by divide and conquer. That's true. Trust me. things are going to get bad. Well, let's stay a little positive. We're making a hand job out of this. And we were going to fight each other. Well, I don't want to fight you guys. I just don't want to deal with you if you don't agree with me, but I still want a hand job. Josh, no, man, I'm looking to downgrade my phone because I'm paying $100 a month. I saw a plan with a Mint 15 and the data is minimum. I've seen a couple of those plans out there. What do they call it? Visible wireless? I heard about that. What do you think to do? Good question, Josh. The number one resource you need in today's society is a modern phone and an unlimited plan. You can apply for a job on a phone. You can DoorDash on your phone. You can research. You can get your entertainment. So I recommend before you cut your cell phone plan, cut off your cable bill in your house, get a budget together, and the phone expense should be one of the last things you start to cut because it's very important. Your phone's your number one asset. However, if you can get a similar plan or if you don't use all the data on your plan and you can get a cheaper service, if that service is within the area and operates well, I'm not against it, but I want to put a lot of value on a modern phone. It's a computer, it's an entertainment system, it's a navigation system, a modern phone and an unlimited data plan. There's a high value on that. Okay, high. You want to invest in that. That's what you need. Okay. However, you have to live below your means. So before I can answer that question, good. That's just a general statement. You have to put together a budget. You have to say, Sam, I make $1,500 a month take home, and right now my expenses are $1,600. What could I do? You need those numbers. You need to know how much you take home, how much your expenses are, and then you start cutting things based on priority. You trim your budget based on priority. And so before you can really make an educated decision, you have to know that. But that kind of be my general advice. Good comment. Peppa, MMR polio. Forgive me for saying the name wrong. I don't know what that means. Malamara. 4MM. I've got no idea what that means. Love to you. Showgirls. Josh, I pay $60 a month for unlimited everything with Straight Talk. And it works everywhere. Got my A50 phone free and with my points. A $400 phone. I'm not mad at that. I'm trying to get my mom to upgrade so she can FaceTime. She got some old school flip phone. I said, Mom, we go to the store, you get a basic upgrade. John, I got tired of playing the game, so I took my ball and opted out. Living in my car now, disconnect, save a lot of cash, will be a nomad for at least 2 years. Well, then make sure you keep that unlimited data plan and make sure you keep working. Guys, don't check out on society to the point where you stop working and you drop out completely unless you got enough money. Because I'm trying to tell you right now, if you get older and if you don't have enough work history for a good Social Security and you're going to get screwed. So if you can, just remember to stay engaged in life a little bit. So if you live below your means, you don't have to work a hard job you hate, but you could work part-time. You could keep yourself productive. Keep yourself productive. Idle time is the devil's playground. I'm telling you right now, if you get in your car and if you go to the desert and you visit Bob Wells and you don't do shit with your life, you're going to suffer physically, mentally, and emotionally. Bob Wells will tell you he almost committed suicide. Bob Wells will tell you his son committed suicide. Bob Wells will tell you if it wasn't for disability and now making $10,000 a month on YouTube, he would be destitute. So he loves the life, but guys, put his life in context. Put my life in context. And look at other people living this life that ain't doing anything. Put everything in context. Never forget it. John, please remember the Senate voted 96-0. And the House don't no voiced yet by design. This bill is called the biggest transfer of wealth in history. Also, oil just dropped to -37. Well, that was yesterday. A futures contract was -37. Today it was about $10 a barrel. And the future contracts in June are up to about $21 a barrel. So that's a little bit of fluctuation. But, I mean, I agree with a lot of your points. But, guys, all you can do is make your best choice based on the options that you have. Norma, easy, Sam. I don't want to do hand jobs. Well, Norma, I wouldn't judge if you did. I wouldn't. I love you. I would never judge anyone for giving a hand job. I think prostitution or at least hand jobs should be legal. Well, prostitution is legal in Nevada, but I definitely think hand jobs should be legal. If you have a willing massage parlor lady or man and a willing person that wants to go into a massage parlor, I would have no problem saying that's a legal activity for adults. Okay? Just like I have no problem, even though I don't smoke weed, I think it's good that it's legal, that people have the option to go into a safe store rather than a back alley to get a bag of weed. And maybe that bag of weed is better than a prescription drug. However, I recommend you don't do weed and you stay sober-minded if you can. But I'm trying to tell you, like, if you say, Sam, that's why I think weed should be legal, because at least it's in a safe area to maybe better than other options. Why do I think hand jobs should be legal? Because, guys, if someone wants to make some extra money on the side and they want to give a massage with a happy ending and make an extra $50, if it's two consenting adults, why do I care? If it's in a safe environment, again, two consenting. Because if I made hand jobs legal in a massage parlor, this is what I would do. I would say, if it's legal in this massage parlor, all the people have to know that who decide to work there. And they have to say, all right, we're willing to do it. And so there'll be hand job massage parlors and there'll be non-hand job massage parlors. So you're not forced to do it, but if you want to do it, you can make some extra money and the guy could get a hand job, or the girl, or a guy on guy. Because there's a lot of gay guys out there, they want a hand job. So what I can tell you is this, guys, I don't care if who you are. I think hand jobs should be legal. Okay. So you say, Sam, what's the number one policy you would implement in America? Well, universal health care and basic income, but then a big thing on my priority list is hand jobs are going to be legal. Okay. I don't know why we would even debate that. That would pass in the Senate like 96-0. Norma? Oh, yeah. Josh, Nomad. Funny story before Donald Trump was president. I saw that episode where he clotheslined Vince McMahon from WWE. And Trump ran into each other at the private airstrip. Well, I didn't know about that. When they were both on their planes, Trump made funny voice and Vince's jet Senate was smaller. Yeah, I didn't know that story, brother, but I saw the wrestling thing where he did like the wrestling gimmick and he clotheslined Vince. Norma, Robert Kraft is a demon. Well, I think it was a disgrace how he did those poor Asian women down in Jupiter, Florida. I think he should have paid for their lawyers, and he should have got them back in the country. I think that was a disgrace. Josh, Trump said to Vince, if you don't have enough room on your plane for all your people, I got plenty of space on mine. Laughing, Vince was pissed. Well, we know Trump inherited a lot of money, man. Love to you, brother. Good story. Peppa Pig. In the 1980s, children used to get exposed by other children. Have them hang out and be exposed to chickenpox. Well, when America first was founded and we took the land from the Native Americans, when the Europeans were fighting the Native Americans in Ohio, they purposely gave the Native Americans chickenpox and they used it as biological warfare. So believe it or not, America, what we know America as now, the United States of America, a big part of it was very similar to what we're experiencing now. Europeans came over here, brought viruses, and killed a lot of the Native Americans. So, guys, America may collapse the same way it started. It started through foreigners coming here with diseases, and the original people didn't have the antibodies. That is American history. Before the Confederate flag was the Europeans slaughtering the Native Americans, okay? Now we have a immigration policy, guys. Guys, do your American research. Be a true American patriot. You don't know your research. Good job. And she goes, in the 1980s, children were exposed to other children. Have them hang out and get exposed to chickenpox. I think I got chickenpox once. Once you have it once, then you're immune. It's like once you date a girl with Hello Kitty, then you never date her again because you got to be immune to that craziness. Today they have varsity vaccines to give your child. I believe in vaccination. Oh yeah, I definitely believe in vaccinations. Obviously, look, I want them to be tested. I don't want them to be rushed out. Like, guys, when they rush this coronavirus vaccine out, am I going to be the first one in line? I'm going to be like, nah. I'm going to like, Peppa Pig, you go first. You know what I mean? Peppa Pig, you go first. You wait a couple months, then I'll see if I get one. So I'm not against vaccines, but I ain't going to be the first one in line. You know what I mean? Let Donald Trump take the vaccine first. That's what I'll tell you. Dancer. Showgirls. I was in the corporate meetings for the Harbor Walk. Oh, I seen the videos you did from Harbor Walk Village at the start of the corona. Do you know this woman stands up mad as heck, carrying on about how the corona is no worse than the flu because she got it from Trump. 3 days before Trump called national emergency, he said it was no different than the flu. Now he's telling you it's nothing like the flu. Guys, Trump destroyed America. Good job, showgirls. She got that from Trump. Josh, Norma, debt-free nomad. She's a blessing. You are on top of the world. That's right, Josh. Showgirls, She said she was also a nurse. I told you guys never date a nurse. I know a lot of nurses that voted for Trump. I don't know what that is. All right, let's stay positive. So, girls, my boss is a green carder that had an appointment to be a U.S. citizen. They closed the office. I wonder if they send him back. Well, tell him to call Donald Trump right now and tell him that I want to be your fourth wife and I'll work at Mar-a-Lago for free. And maybe Donald Trump give him a green card. Or work as a farmer. Because Donald Trump said farmers can still hire immigrant workers. Guys, why? Why? Why can't they go to middle-class America? We already subsidize the farmers. The taxpayers bail out the farmers. Okay? And if they can't afford to be in business, that's not capitalism. Okay? Guys, if we're going to make America great again, why would we not start at the hard rock, the bedrock of America? We don't really want to make America great again. It's a disaster. Showgirls, I don't vote the U.S. government is rigged anyway. Well, I love you, but I would disagree. I want you guys to vote. Because, guys, I think we would be better off with Hillary Clinton right now. You say, Sam, no way. Guys, 22 million unemployed, 42,000 dead. I think Joe Biden could sleep for 4 years and we'd be better off than we are now. So that's my opinion. I love you, showgirls. Steve, Josh, check out the Visible. I've heard about that plan. You got to get in like a group, though. You can get down like $25 a month. I don't know how good it is, but I think Verizon owns Visible Mobile. $40 unlimited, everything, including data. I switched. Oh, let me turn on my car. My car's fogging up. Steve says he switched from Mint because of the data caps and the high plan. Thank you, Steve. So Steve basically said, yeah, check out the Visible Mobile. I've heard about that. Excuse me, $40 unlimited per month. Josh, Steve, I was thinking of Visible. I'm a nomad through Wista Data for Visible. I hear that the unlimited ready for isn't unlimited. Josh, so sad that we are all disposable. Well, that's the truth. Steve, me too. Been for 3 years, but I just switched to Visible because it's Verizon service, but it's truly unlimited with tethering too. The only catch is the streaming is 480p. Ooh, I don't like that. Yeah, I couldn't do that then. I got the high definition, 1080 plus. Josh, laughing. Those Greek salads, I'm a little bit upset. Bling. Crazy random story. Uh-oh. But we just went to Chipotle, total disaster, and a customer was being extremely rude and hostile. Employees were professional, and they're getting paid minimum wage, and handled it well. They got no health care, too. Sam, what's the number? Guys, why if you work at Chipotle, you're on the front line, why are you not getting health care? Total disaster. And then he goes, handled it well, tipped $120. Damn. Out of my stimulus check. Damn. I may start working at Chipotle, man. Len said, led to, I've been where they are. You're a good man, man. God bless you, brother. Bland, you're a good man, brother. May that come back to you tenfold, brother. Down for Josh. Steve, I can work with 480. Damn, you're going to see that porn in low definition, man. You're going to look at that porn. You're going to see something like hot chick on the porn, and she's going to look like Hillary Clinton. In 480p? Nah, man, I got to get 1080, man. And then she goes, she just saving me money. Which Visible phone do you have? Nora. What is the connection between Trump and Greek style? I got to keep, some things I got to keep private. Juliana, I love you. Norma, love you too, Sam. So today, do you think the 1,000 trails will open May 1st? It depends what state. Jersey, suspect. If you're in the southern state, yes, because we already know the farmers hire immigrants, so they don't go by the rules. So if you're in a northern state, suspect. That's what I'll say. Showgirls, I have found staying busy during this shutdown is the best thing for me. That's true. Idle time, devil playground. I may be broke, but I'm getting things done. I like that. I'm slamming the vlogs. I like that. Stay positive. And on my channel, I watch so I can make more money there. Well, showgirls, you know I watch your videos. I support you and I appreciate you. Steve, brought my unlocked phone, iPhone 7, but had Galaxy Note 9 with Mint. Norma, Josh, I live in a Camry. I call it Campry. I like that. Juliana, she must have left. Shout out to you, Juliana. I know Australia is late. I love you. Camper Bill, a test for the virus costs over $4,000 in my town. Well, supposedly, the government is supposed to cover the cost of the test. That's interesting. Bland, tonight's video will be another one about energy drinks. This week, I might do some videos on the topic of addiction. Good job, brother. Just keep doing you, man. You'll figure out a voice. Good job, Bland. Josh, no man, nice. I live in my Camry, too. Josh, laughing, Camry, love it. So today, Ford Taurus here. I'm at my mom's out of Ford Taurus. Josh, when buying an RV, it is the best to pay for it with cash. No. Depends. Never touch your 12-month emergency fund. Never. Obviously, unless it's absolute emergency, okay? But do not buy an RV unless you have a 12-month emergency fund. Would I pay for an RV cash? Only if you wouldn't touch your 12-month emergency fund. Outside of that, I don't know if I would ever go in debt again either. So I'm not going to lie to you. But you want more cash. You don't want to touch your emergency fund. If you get a small travel trailer, you could probably buy that cash. Class B, you'd probably have to finance it, but don't touch your 12-month emergency fund and try not to ever take out debt. That's my general advice. Camper Bill had to buy a bottle of grain alcohol at the liquor store to make up a batch of hand sanitizer. That stuff is expensive. I'm not mad at that. Alexander, bingo. Love your analogy of fish, chicken, or starve. Ah, yeah. Classic Sam Wisdom. Thank you. Hear that? Thank you. Jaybird, steak simply isn't on the menu. Jaybird, put a squirrel in the live chat, brother. Joe Biden 2020 or a squirrel. But I definitely am voting for Trump. Camera Bill, I can't sleep in a car because of a bad back. I'm sorry. I can understand that. Live in an Astro van for 2 years. I'm not mad at that. Sounds like a comfortable van. Josh, laughing at Nomad. Making fantastic with poor Norma. Well, yeah, Norma knows I'm keeping it real. Norma knows I love and respect her. I love Pluto too. And guys, I'm going to make hand jobs legal because I think they should be legal. Man, my favorite video of yours, living below your means. Yeah, you saw it. Good job. Almost have it memorized. Thank you. Steve, love that it's unlimited. Good. Service is top notch. Use it to tether. Good. For the laptop and Netflix. I don't have Netflix. I'm cheap as hell. Definitely check out their website. Good job. Norma, so glad and that's the other thing, like, cut your Netflix subscription before you cut your cell phone. That's how I tell you. But if you can get a cheaper plan, that's good. Norma says, so glad I'll never have to make that decision. Yeah, Norma, see, yeah, you understand. Josh, Steve, you just sold me. By tether. Yeah, I like that tether. Yeah, you gotta have a tether, man. You gotta be able to hotspot your phone. Good job. Steve, yep. Norma's laughing good. Evan, hey, Sam. Hey, man, good to see you. Nicole, I love this video so much. Thank you, Nicole. I hope you're still here. Thank you. Thank you, Nicole. I appreciate you writing that. I do. Alice, hey, Alice, shout out to PA. We need our own business and barter. I'm not mad at that. Cameron, damn it, Cameron, what's up, man? Shout out to Kansas, man. Hey, Sam. I don't know how to say this right. Yippee. At least he did one thing right. I don't know what we were talking about. Lila, vote Joe Biden 20 to win the debate. Well, I don't know if he's going to win the debate, but I'm going to vote for him. Because, guys, Donald Trump won 1 out of the 3 debates with Hillary. But even if, guys, the debates don't mean anything. The policies mean everything. What policies are you going to put in place? That's what I care about. Right now, the policy is immigration is suspended unless you're a farmer. You can still hire immigrant workers. Unless you're Trump and Mar-a-Lago, you can still hire them. Now, am I mad if you want to hire immigrants? No. But I am mad that during a healthcare crisis, he's switching the topic to something that's not relevant to divert the attention from testing and all the other things we need to worry about, more stimulus, etc. Tony, I haven't been here for a while, Samuel. Good to have you. Good to see you. Good to see you. Cameron Julian. Justin, heart emoji. Thank you, brother. Josh, right now I'm making $2,200 a month. Good job. In my car, money bag emoji to you. Absolutely no bills. Well, hold on now. You got to pay for healthcare. You got to pay for food. You got to pay for car insurance. You got to pay for gas. So right there, that's at least $1,000 a month, at least. So never forget, you could be debt-free, but you can never be expense-free. You always have to pay for food, water, car insurance, and then add from there, health insurance, cell phone bill, etc. You'll never be expense-free. So always remember that. And then he goes, bills are, oh yeah, you did it. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. He goes, bills are car insurance, phone bill, and my storage unit. My job has good insurance too. Oh, that's good. We'll stay at my current job for now. Good job, Josh. Join. Cameron, when are you visiting the ladies of the evening? He's trying to stay away. Make sure you wear gloves. Yeah, I agree with that. And a mask. I agree with that. Spray your van with Lysol. I agree with that. After you get busy, I agree with that. Well, masturbating the sock, that's I'll tell you. Home to May Rose Day. Hey, Sam. Hope you're staying safe. Thank you. Home to Rose Day. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Norma, I'd be fine with prostitution being legal, but I wanted to stay separate from massage parlors. Well, what about hand jobs? Even with consenting adults, even hand jobs? I think we gotta let hand jobs go to the massage parlor, no? Morg Ellen? The war on drugs is designed to cultivate crime to be exploited as a natural resource by various government agencies. There was no serious drug crime immigration problem before the war on drugs. Well, in the 1980s, we know now that Ronald Reagan allowed drugs to come in the country to fund the Contra to fight back the Russians in South America. So we do know the government conspired against that. Alexander, life is just freaking hard. Well, sometimes it can be. Anytime your wisdom is timeless. Well, thank you. Thank you for voicing the hard truths. I appreciate that. Thank you so much, Alexander. Josh, wow. Didn't know about the native chickenpox. Yeah, look it up. It's pretty wild. Norma, speaking of Native Americans, you never hear reservation code stats. Yeah, well, they have some communities, but they're spread out, and they're not really too public. They're like the Mormons. Like, all we know is like Mitt Romney's a Mormon. Now we know he don't fuck with Trump. Trump don't fuck with him, but we don't really know like what's going on with the Mormons. Like, do they make travel trailers? Like, we don't really know what's going on with the Native Americans. They don't fuck with us. Like, they got their own thing. They got a couple casinos, but they got their own thing. Home to May Rose Day. I had chicken pox before, and I'm fine. Thank you, Norma. Wow, Camper Bill. That's the first time I heard a price for the test. That's armed robbery. Steve, laughing good. Yeah, 408. Yeah, you can't see porn in 480, man. That's not good for you. Yeah, that's not good for you. Michael, why is Panda Express the busiest fast food around? I don't know. My first job I ever had at a mall, I worked at a CD store when music was still sold on CDs and tapes. And I used to eat at Panda Express in the food court every day. So Panda Express is like the cheap Chinese food. Panda Express is like the hand job, you know what I mean, at an urgent care center. Like, you're not even supposed to be doing that there. But anything goes in Panda Express, and when you're in an urgent care spot, it may turn to the massage parlor, man. It's just crazy. It can't, I don't know. Josh, Steve, only streaming in 480, right? But I can still watch videos in 1080. Jung, is anyone serving a veteran of T-Mobile offers 55 unlimited? Sprint may be the same, not sure. They merged with T-Mobile. Yeah, I got Sprint. They just merged. I think Sprint had it. I know they got some like type of employee thing. I'm not sure. It's a good question, Jung. And just like Sprint, 50G, yeah, up to 50G unlimited, then they throttle. Good comment, Jung. Norma, hey, I almost forgot to mention, shower tonight, guys. Oh yeah, but I'm really cold and windy, so I snuggled up and might check you later. When you're down in Florida, I was talking to AJ today. When you're down in Florida, you got to take like 2 showers a day in the summer. Up north, you can get away with it for a couple days. Forgive me for saying the name wrong. Rotten Skunk. Oh, I got that. New here, Sam. What's up, bro? Or sister, I'm not sure. Love the content. Thank you for the positive comment. Just 2 questions. Okay. Will the government bail out the oil industry like they did the other stocks? Yes, because they already are. Oil is always a subsidy. Oil companies are always subsidized. They get government grants, and there's programs for them already. So it's just like farmers. Farmers are always subsidized. So they're going to do extra subsidies with the additional crisis. So we already said that the government's going to buy additional oil to store in its reserves. So that's a program that's going to help the oil companies. We already said, well, Donald Trump tweeted too last night, he's going to do whatever it takes to make sure our oil companies get through this crisis. So that's basically like the Fed, and the Fed's buying junk bonds on the stock market. So we know that the Federal Reserve has been mandated by the U.S. government to save just about every big company, small companies, and the regular employees getting $1,200 one time. But the bottom line is, no oil company can make a living at $10 a barrel. Now, it may go up to $20. You got to make at least, like as an oil company, you got to make at least $25 a barrel and up. At least. Okay? especially for the small oil companies like in Texas and stuff. The big Exxons, they can survive a little bit. But the game plan is, how long can we bail out the oil companies? Because here's the game plan. Saudi Arabia and Russia want U.S. oil companies to go bankrupt. Why? Because once they go bankrupt, then they're going to jack up the price and they're going to leverage us. Okay, they're going to screw us. So you got two options. You keep pumping oil and the government subsidizes it, or you subsidize a little bit and you start to innovate on a Green New Deal. You get the renewable energies fired up even more for a future where we're not going to be dependent on foreign entities. Guys, we've been saying for 5 years that America is oil independent. All it took was Russia and Saudi Arabia to get together, and anytime there's a crisis, they can dump more oil on the market and crash the oil market. And we already know oil is a pollutant. So the answer to your question is yes, the government will back them up. Let's continue. Like they did other stocks, but we still have 20 plus million people out of work. Is it a good time to buy oil? Well, one is you have to remember when you buy oil on the publicly traded markets, if you buy like a barrel of oil, that's a whole nother game, okay? And I don't know all the details, but here's kind of how it works, right? If you're buying like the futures contract for a barrel of oil, what happens is if you buy that contract and it goes lower, you either have to accept that contract. If you accept that contract, you are legally responsible for getting the barrels of oil from Saudi Arabia and putting them somewhere. Okay? That's what happened the other night. Like an investment firm got squeezed out of a position because the contract would expire and they would have had to accept the oil. And they just bought the contract to make money off it. They were just trading it. I don't know all the parameters, but if you want to get into the oil industry, you'd be better off buying a big oil company like Exxon stock or Chevron stock. But if the oil industry continues to go down, they're going to cut their dividends, their stock prices will be reflected. So, but definitely as an average investor, you don't want to start buying contracts for barrels of oil on the open market because there's a lot of things beyond just what the price is that even I'm not fully informed on. But you don't want to go down that game. Good question. Norma, I know your heart, Sam. I'll never be offended by you. Thank you very much, Norma. Showgirls, it is $4K if you request a corona test at the hospital. I thought the government was going to pay for that. But that is because of the cost and the rarity of the test kits. If you wait for some free ones, okay. So you will be coming to your area soon. Okay. Angela, hey, Sam, talk to me. Okay. You okay? Oh, yeah. You? Hope so. When are you coming back to Delray? Thank you, Angela. I don't know, man. I've evaluated that. I'm going to see how the country reopens and if they reopen. Because the bottom line, if the country reopens, it's going to be the middle of the summer. Do I want to come back to Florida in the middle of the summer without a home base? No. But I may come back to Florida to scout out a home base or to change some things up. But by the latest, I'll be back in Florida next November. By the earliest, I'll come back down there to scout some land. But as a nomad, right now, I don't see myself going back to Florida anytime soon because it doesn't make sense. The weather's getting hot. I don't have a home base. All the beaches aren't open. All the Latino MILFs aren't like wilding out. It's lockdown. Like, I don't want to like go to the, I would still, look, I would still rather be in Florida in one sense, but right now, with my mom, with the state of the country, with the weather, with my living situation, it doesn't make strategic sense to be in Florida right now. If my mom wasn't here, then would I be in Florida? Yes. But she is here. We aren't still opened up. And based on all those other factors, it doesn't make sense for me personally to be in Florida, even though that's where my heart is. And then she goes, been away too long. Well, I miss you. Come back to the sun's waiting for you. Well, I appreciate that. And I see you got that leopard skin avatar. I know what that means. I ain't mad at that. Thank you. Showgirls. My Straight Talk phone is a Verizon-based, works just about everywhere in the USA. Prepay, and you can buy a phone time and card, 2 phones, $90 unlimited, everything, and 10 gig tethers too. Jaybird. Norma, thanks for the reminder. Love you, Jaybird. Tom, what's up? One finger up. How's everything in California, man? Hey, Sam. How's it going over there? Getting a little bit warmer, so at least I'm thankful for that. Oh, take a hydration break. Thank you. I'm working hard tonight, man. Someone told me this Fuji water ain't good for me. I'm going to have to Google it, man. I miss my Starbucks filtered water. That's true. Showgirls. Sam, I would sure get a used RV now before Corona's over. Prices have not dropped enough. This recession would have to go on for 6 months to 12 months before prices are going to drop heavy on houses or RVs. However, I got my eye out like a hawk looking for a good deal that would make sense and be below my means. Thank you, showgirls. Steve, it's tricky because sometimes I can get 720 on YouTube, but it pauses. If I'm looking for a full movie, I download Tyrants of Pirates and while tethering and save some on my computer. Jung, excuse me. The Fed is planning to print 10 trillion. Yeah, that's probably true. This time another 10 trillion. Hey, let's make it 1 zillion. Our national debt will be 42 trillion, probably. It's 25 trillion now because we already printed 2 trillion. That's right. Our money is trash. It is, but not really, because China's printing money, Germany's printing money. We're in a deflationary standpoint, and most of the money we owe to ourselves. So China only has a small percentage of our debt. Like all the money we're printing right now, it all goes to Americans, right? So Americans owe America, right? So you have to remember that when it comes to national debt, most of it's not owned by China or Russia. Most of the American national debt is owned by Americans. Every $1 trillion we're printing right now to put back into the American economy, it's like American taxpayers owe the American government. So if the debt got too high, what are we going to do? I ain't paying you. We're both in the same house. You know what I mean? So in that standpoint, we can still print a lot of money. In the other standpoint, China prints money like crazy. Germany prints money. Europe, everyone. Who decide? Guys, there are powers to be beyond Donald Trump that money's put in place, and it's a big game, man. Money's an illusion. Gold is an illusion. It's a piece of metal, but who values it? Oil is an illusion. It's a physical thing that works society, but who puts value on it? The future markets. Rotten Skank. 199 super chat. Well, damn it, Rotten Skank. I like that name, man. And I remember that comment, man. I appreciate that super chat. Good vibes. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you very much, man. Thank you, Rotten Skank. Yeah, I'm thankful. I appreciate that. But yeah, guys, look, it's all a game. But I hear your point, John. You're making good points. Rotten Skank, thank you again. House to May, Rose Day. People say that COVID-19 from China, but so will they ever know where it really came from? It just don't make sense. Now, I think definitely the government is investigating where it came from. I have heard scientists say right now, it shows that the sequence of the virus shows to come from an animal. However, it's just like the JFK assassination. Does anyone in America today fully know exactly what happened to JFK, the president who got assassinated? Some people say it was the mafia. Some people say it was a foreign entity. Some people... So, I don't think we'll ever know 100% fact on where the coronavirus came from. But I do think 10, 20, 30 years from down the road, we're going to find out more truths than we know now. Damn it! Normal $5 super chat. I'm getting a hand job tonight. Hope this helps you keep you from having to get a hand job. Well, I may not have to do one, but maybe I get one now. Thank you, Norma. I went from having to give a hand job to getting a hand job. Damn it. We're going to make America great again, guys. We're going to make America great. I feel it, man. We're going for it. Thank you, Norma. Thank you, Rotten Skank. Thank you, Pluto. Thank you, Ball and Thug. Damn it. All right, now. I'm not mad at that. Let's continue to read. Lala. Body spray, cologne in the car, kill germs, kill Lysol. That's true. Showgirls. I work for Panda Express. They are crooks. And most of all that food is not healthy. Well, that's true. That's sodium. I remember when I was obese and I was eating Chinese food. I eat Chinese food just about every day. I had General Tso's chicken lo mein, all that stuff. And there was a couple hot, I almost dated a couple of chicks that worked at a Chinese restaurant. And I remember eating some of that food, and the fat and the calories weren't that bad. And I remember when I was researching like Chinese food, I thought maybe that was healthier than McDonald's. The worst part about Chinese food and Panda Express is there's high levels of sodium. What is sodium? Sodium is salt. It measures a level of salt. What does that do to your body? It makes your blood pressure go up, and it makes your body retain unnecessary water. Salt and sodium, too much of it, not good. 23 milligrams per day is the average amount of sodium that one person should have. An order of large chicken lo mein, that's just like 3,000 milligrams of sodium. So just remember that, guys. I mean, not just in Chinese food, but a lot of fast food and packaged food. You got to look at the sodium. Sodium's a killer, man. Good job. Yeah, and she goes, they're frying it. They're doing all type of crazy stuff. Home to May Rose Day. Raised in Tampa Bay and never seen this pandemic like this before. Yeah, no one alive has seen a pandemic like this. Last pandemic was 1917, the Spanish flu, where 100 million Americans died. So I don't think anyone's alive today that was alive in 1917. So that's true. Jung. Also, the programs that we need to continue paying Medicare, Social Security, government pensions, etc. is at $75 trillion. That's what Social Security will be bankrupt. Guys, again, when we print money and we owe ourselves, we really can't go bankrupt. And all other countries are doing it. And again, we put the value on money. So to some extent, you're right. To the other extent, it's all a shell game. It's a counterbalance. Showgirls. But I tell you this about the national debt. If we're going to print money for the military, we went in deficit to give tax breaks to corporations under Donald Trump. We went in deficit to spend more on nuclear programs, spend more on defense. Now we have a depleted healthcare system, a shrinking middle class, and they want to cut social programs. So if we're going to go in debt as a country, let that debt be for the middle and lower class people for universal health care, basic income, a guaranteed job, and bankruptable college loans. Not for the military defense complex, corporate tax breaks, and every other shameful thing that this country has been doing with its resources. That's true. Showgirls. Lala, I used to chat Chanel, $150. I remember I was dating a couple girls. I bought them Chanel for Christmas. That was a waste of money. No way, Josh. Showgirls, you used to work there? I used to be addicted to Panda. Me too. I went vegetarian. I'm shocked about the sugar. Yeah, like I remember, like I knew this Indian guy, man, good guy. And there was a time in my life I went very strict vegetarian, very strict like vegan, pescatarian. And I remember asking my Indian friend, because in the Indian culture, a lot of the Indians, they're vegetarians. And I was chopping it up with them, and we were talking about, like, you know what I mean, being a vegetarian. And I said, Roz, let me ask you something. Like, why your family overweight? All you guys do is eat vegetables. You're a vegetarian. And he started laughing. He goes, yeah, in the Indian culture, we're all vegetarians. He goes, but we soak the vegetables in oil. Oil is basically lard. It's fat. Okay. It's greasy soup. So I didn't know that. Like, it was mind-blowing to me. I was like, oh, that makes sense. So you could be a vegetarian, be fat. Now, you're probably still going to be skinnier than if you ate, like, Chick-fil-A every night, okay? But, like, vegetarians, if you soak your vegetables in oil and if you fry them. Like, I remember there used to be some fat dude I knew, like, he used to barbecue all the time. Okay, so he'd be at the barbecue pit flipping burgers. But once in a while, he'd just be doing lean chicken. And he said, I'm going to put some vegetables on this. So he'd take the vegetables, he'd put them on the charcoal grill. But every time you fry or every time you grill a vegetable, you burn off the nutrients, which are the valuable, healthy thing of a vegetable. If you soak a vegetable in water, you saturate the nutrients. The value of eating fruits and vegetables is to eat the nutrients out of them. Anytime you alter the state of the vegetable, whether you put it on a barbecue grill, whether you soak it in water, or whether you blend a banana. You take away the fibers and the nutrients, and all you're really left with is a lot of the natural occurring sugars. So obviously, look, it's still healthier than they're having, like, you know what I mean, a milkshake with extra large fry, right? So when you're obese like I was, shit, and like just eating like you know what I mean, vegetable fried rice instead of chicken fried rice, that was a step forward. But when you really try and get your health shit together, you gotta remember that the vegetables, the only way you get really healthy is if you stop like frying them and shit. Juicy Jeff has returned to YouTube. Okay? I want all you guys out there, okay, that want a hand job and that are all horny right now in South California. You're looking for something to do. You want someone to watch. You want to know what a guy who moved from Idaho down to California was once a famous YouTuber that told all you psychopaths not to masturbate, no fab. He had a video called No Fab, shit went viral. He also did a video about don't smoke weed anymore, went viral. Then he got to South California. He started masturbating again, started smoking weed, and he started rapping. And then he said, oh shit, I got something on my YouTube channel. This shit get crazy. But then the resurrection, just like Trump said, in Easter, we're going to pack the churches. All of a sudden, I woke up one day, and I'm like, shit, what am I going to watch? Bob Wells still talking about fucking solar. Hobo Alley talking about she ain't living van life. She wasn't living it never. Trump talking about deporting immigrants, even though he married 2 immigrants. I said, what can I watch? All of a sudden, I seen some guy, Juicy Jeff. He's back. And I said, Juicy Jeff made another video? And you damn right he did. I clicked on that video. What was he talking about? I don't really remember. But I just know he was back, man. And I watched. I give you a thumbs up. Okay. Juicy Jeff, thank you for the super chat. He goes, like that video, you lurkers. Guys, we only got 38 likes. Let's get up to 100. Okay. Now, if we don't get up to 100, I still appreciate you. Juicy Jeff, subscribe to his channel. I love you, brother. And I'm glad you're back. Juicy Jeff, I told you from the first day I met you, I'll tell you today, I'll tell you in the future. You are a superstar. That doesn't mean you have to do YouTube, but you do have a gift, and you did the right thing by shutting your channel down because you need to focus on self-care. Self-care is always the foundation of your life. And then when you restart your life, just like we're trying to restart an economy, you decide how you want to do it, okay? If you want to do YouTube again, great. If you don't, great. But you did the right thing by taking a step back and self-caring. You also did the right thing by saying, you know what, I changed my mind. All my young people out there, I always want you to remember, you can change your mind. You can say one day that you want to never do masturbation again. And then eventually say, you know what, I do want to masturbate again. You could say, I never want to smoke weed again. Then if you want to smoke, it's fine. Now, I don't believe in smoking weed. I do believe in masturbation. You could say, I gave my life to Jesus, and you go into a church. But then you could wake up and say, no, I don't want to be part of a religious organization. You can change your mind. Remember mind, body, and soul. Remember the good things that you learn throughout your journey and stay true to that. But what I can tell you, Juicy Jeff, is I appreciate you, and you're going to be a superstar. Juicy Jeff, I'm going to be an old man collecting Social Security, and by then, I hope I did my part to increase Social Security, get universal health care. And I'm sitting somewhere in South Florida, if global climate change hasn't took place and if the oceans hasn't risen. If Florida isn't in the Atlantic Ocean yet, I'm going to be down there retired. I'm going to have my big glasses on because I ain't going to be wearing contacts. I don't care if you psychopaths don't like to glare on the YouTube channel when I wear my glasses. Because I'm going to be old. I'm going to be chilling. I'm going to be sitting there. And Juicy Jeff going to be making viral videos. I'm going to do 1 video a day, just like I do now. I don't know what I'm going to be talking about. Probably still banging Latino males because, guys, I got game, man. I don't know if you guys pay attention. So I'm going to be doing me. I don't know about you guys. Juicy Jeff. And the N1 sock fund is up, man. Thank you. Even though it's been hard to buy. They try to tell me like N1 socks aren't essential. Can you believe that? Good Juicy Jeff. The best advice on YouTube. Well, I think it's pretty good. I hope you get yourself a van. Well, I don't know about a van because if I get laid off tomorrow, I want to be able to have options. I did a whole thing about options. You sure saw that too. I want to know that I could DoorDash. Okay. And if I'm going to get a van, I'm probably going to want a Class B because I want to be fully self-contained. So I'm caught in a dynamic. Look, car living is the basic way to go. Once you get a van, you can't DoorDash, so you're cutting off revenue. You say, Sam, I don't want to DoorDash. Well, then get the van, but just always have a source of revenue. Because I always tell you guys, I don't want you to cut off your options. Because like Norma's a massage parlor lady, okay? And I gave her an example like, well, I don't want to go through it again because it'd just be crazy. But keep your options open until you know you have enough capacity to eliminate an option. That's the best way to say it. Juicy Jeff, thank you, brother. Thank you, Norma. Thank you, everyone. Rotten Skank, Pluto, Bone Thug. Josh, Showgirls, do you say there are crooks? Showgirls, no fracking gas now. They're going out of business. The foreigners own the oil companies. That's true. At the beginning of the coronavirus, that's true too. Jung, you are correct about Saudi Arabia and Russia. Yep. It takes U.S. oil companies roughly $40 a barrel to frack out of the ground. That doesn't count putting in oil rig to take out oil, refining, etc. Jung, good comment. Rotten Skank. Jung, yeah, it's crazy. Time in the market. This how millionaires are made. No, that's a good comment. I agree with it. Thanks again, Sam. That's a good comment, Rotten Skank. Thank you for that tip too, brother. Thank you for the super chat, man. It means something to me. Norma, thank you also. Sam, for the same reasons I would prefer to stay in Maryland. For now, you would prefer to stay in Maryland? That's interesting. That's why I'm watching. I'm waiting and not jumping in my car to drive to Georgia. I think that's wisdom. Yeah, I would wait to see how this plays out. Because if they open it up and then they close it the next day, or if they have a high infection, I mean, obviously, look, everyone's got to make their own determination for their own individual circumstance. But right now, in a very unstable environment, you don't want to make your life more unstable. As long as you know you're in a safe, secure place, the climate is decent, and if you're in Maryland, you're right next to me in New Jersey, you know, like, look, it's still in the 50s, but it's starting to get warmer and warmer. So, you know, in a few weeks, we're going to basically be in the spring, then we're going to be in June, and then you're good all the way until October. So, and as long as you have enough income to feed yourself and take care of your needs, etc., then I wouldn't rush down to Georgia unless you had a really pressing issue, because it doesn't make sense. But I support you no matter what you do. Norma, car. Jung, it takes Saudi Arabia rough. Oh, I didn't know that. It takes them around 15 to make it profitable. That's interesting. Ryan Skank, man, thank you again. I appreciate those positive vibes in that super chat, brother. Oh, Skunk. I want to say Skank, man. I want to say Rotten Skank. Let's take out Jason Bake. I'm getting tired, man. It's a disaster. Oh, it's a disaster. Lala, 42 trillion oil American money doesn't. Yeah, Trump's making money one way or another, man. I don't trust him. Norma, thank you again, Norma. I appreciate that. Yeah, I went from having to give a hand job to getting one. I'm thankful for that. I'm not mad at that. Rotten Skank, I'm gonna call you Skank, man. It sounds better than me, man. Rotten Skank, laughing good. Laughter's good for the soul, man. Norma, yes. PS 4455. 22 trillion filed for unemployment. 22 million. Yeah, I heard that. It's sad. No need for more immigrants now. Well, then why does Trump said today he's still going to allow farmers to work as immigrants? So why that? Why is Trump still hired foreign workers the past 2 years? Why that? Norma, if you still work at Panda Express, order Super Greens and teriyaki chicken with no sauce. Yeah, that sauce got a lot of sodium. It was a suggestion from my Cato app, and it's good. Juicy Jeff, I appreciate you, man. Great to have you back, man. I'm very proud of you, brother. I support you no matter what you do. You know that. But I give you a lot of credit, man, because when I was young, I don't know if I did YouTube. It was a video platform. I started it and I shut it down. And I didn't pick up YouTube for years later. But I give you a lot of credit for not taking your YouTube page down. And because now you still have a couple thousand subscribers, and you could pick YouTube back up, and you have a one video goes viral, you'll be right back in the game. So the best thing you did, Juicy Jeff, you got wisdom, is you didn't delete your channel. Very smart move, man. Smart move. Guys, if you got a YouTube channel and it's grow, don't delete it. Because don't mess up all that progress. Take a break. Juicy Jeff, keep doing your thing. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate the support, man. Thank you. Yeah, those lurkers out there, they always gonna be out there. Juicy Jeff laughing. I love you so much. I love you too, brother. Steve laughing. Good. Juicy. N1 Socks said, I'm gonna have to do a video about that. I ain't doing it in a while. Frank LC, Joe Biden, Michelle Obama. Oh, I would vote for that. What do you think? I'll definitely vote for that. Because I know Joe Biden's gonna probably die within 2 years we elect him. So his vice president is gonna be huge. Huge. So, but like I tell you guys, Joe Biden could run with a dead squirrel and I'd still vote for Joe Biden. Why, Sam, why would you do that? Because Joe Biden could sleep for 4 years and he could wake up and there wouldn't be 22 million Americans unemployed and 42,000 dead. Our country would be in a better place just by default. So what I can tell you is I'm voting for Joe Biden. That's what I'll tell you. Good. I didn't know that he was thinking about it. I think that'd be awesome, though. I'll vote for him. I'd vote for him. Juicy Jeff, the best advice on YouTube. Thank you, man. Norma, just because my parents are here, also high risk. Yeah, that makes sense. Juicy Jeff Lassie. Yeah, we laughing. Juicy. Guys, please don't forget to hit that like. Yeah, guys, let's get up to 100 thumbs up. Thank you. Right, and skank. I know it's skunk, but I'm going to say skank. It's funny. Thank you. I'm sorry. No disrespect, though. I really didn't know it was skunk. I thought it was skank. Juicy, this guy puts everything into everything. I do. Norma, thanks so much, heart emoji. Thank you, Norma, for that gracious tip. I'll never forget it. Good night, everyone. Norma, have a peaceful night. I'm your close neighbor. You're close to me. I'm by Maryland. PS445 said he shouldn't allow farmer workers either. Good. So protest him and vote for Joe Biden. But for us to be in a lockdown, also new people coming over, I'm fine with that. But why so you're going to vote for Joe Biden then? Because Trump hired foreign workers when we weren't in a lockdown. He's still allowing farmers to work now. So you're basically saying Trump is misdirecting the conversation and not giving Americans what they need, which is more than $1,200 a month, which is testing, which is he's failed this country. So then you agree, Joe Biden 2020. Thank you. Bior Mendez. Hey, from Massachusetts. I appreciate that. I see all your comments. Thank you. All right, guys. We had another good night as best we could. Thank you for watching. Thank you for all your gracious love. Have a peaceful night. And God willing, I'll see you tomorrow. God bless you.